happening. A well-organized lie. A well-organized lie. Defeats a disorganized truth every time. Who we?
A pseudo gon' die, they saw a pseudo killer, pseudo. I'm a pseudo killer, intellectual sunsling, hey. I'm a pseudo killer, intellectual sunsling, hey. I'm a pseudo killer, intellectual sunsling, hey. Pseudo gon' die, they saw a pseudo killer, pseudo. I'm a pseudo killer, intellectual sunsling, hey. I'm a pseudo killer, intellectual sunsling, hey. I'm a pseudo killer, intellectual sunsling. Who do you believe in? People bringing misinformation when that information ain't disinformation, that's disinformation. Gotta know the difference in information, get information. With the pseudo killer army hunting pseudo, cause you gotta train your mind to fight against them pseudo judo. People with the scholarship salute, we give them kudos. But the people with that look of shit, we look and see straight through those like telescope. If you ain't speaking fast, we gotta tell them folks and let them know the truth of. You bringing malinformation to blast, then you the Ku Klux. Like say, don't talk me to death, bro, what the proof of? Good juju chillin', why you wanna go way bad juju Shalom boy got the tank in the cut. I'm in Sosa world plotting on the kick though with Kent. Come in Tiffany gave me the pseudo names on the list and said went and got the low. Anthony got him in the scope, Gullah and Gozy. Make sure DNA ain't a problem for them folks, cause a pseudo gon' die, they saw a pseudo killer, pseudo. I'm a pseudo killer, intellectual sunsling.
Black African power. What's good? What's happening? What's good? What's happening? A well-organized lie defeats a disorganized truth. Every time, woo-hoo-wee, man. Y'all already know what it is, man. It's God killing the house. And I come to do what I got to do, and I'm going to do what I got to do. Standing tall, standing strong. Hey, man, y'all know what it is, man. Bobby banging this bitch. What's good, family? Yeah. Got him. Caught him cheating. Yep. Show y'all how y'all use the tools, yo, for this misinformation, man. It's a lot of misinformation, man. Hey, man, big up the ghost, man. Yo, he always show love, man. He didn't hit the first Cash App. Yo, he got me highly motivated. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate that. Man, we got a lot of hate going around, man. And I kind of understand why. I got it now. I'm telling you, more on the case. They ain't never getting past academia. Best they can say is the white man academics and the white man science, and you the gatekeeper. I am the gatekeeper, though. Y'all can go ahead and clip that. Damn right. I'm holding the fort down, fighting against the misinformation. Stand there. You know what I'm saying? You know how we do. We stand in there because we intellectual gunfighters. You know what it is, and we stand at the gate. Man, we got the Portuguese in West Africa, 14, 15, 16, 70. Documentary history. Yeah. Cambridge. Yeah, we at the gates like this. Intellectual gunfighters. Shooting you up when you talking crazy. That's what we doing. Yeah, we gatekeeping, all right. Damn right. Keeping the good, crystal clear information so we don't end up in vicarious positions. Man, let's get the people up in here, man. We're going to get it cracking tonight. We're going to get it cracking tonight. The fake FBA been running their mouth for real, talking crazy, felonious. Let me see who we got in the chat early. See, we got in the chat early. Timmy Turner, what's good with you, man? Raymond Bell, what it do, what it do? Objective perspective, man. Alex Torres, what's good, man? Gentlemen, what's good, man? What it do? What it do? What it do? Gullah Geechee, what it do? What it do? What it do? Man, let's get the people up in here, man. We got them, coach. Put me in the game. Man, you know, we had a lot of wild conversations, a lot of disrespect going back and forth. I can't get into that because I'm published, bitch. Let me stop. You don't ask me who is this? Who is this guy? God killer. That's who I am. Mm-hmm. Yeah, man, the file came across our desk, man, and we got to be on it, man. And I love my people, man, I do. But this is one lie I'm tired of hearing. I'm tired of hearing them say. I'm tired of hearing them say it's 43 million FBA. That's a damn lie. It ain't no damn 43 million. It's 43 million African Americans. It's about 2,000 FBA. I can say any number I want because they ain't got no census on it. They ain't got no documentation on it. It's just a bunch of wild fan club. It's a fan club. It's not a political movement. It's not based in political science. It's not steeped in scientific accuracy. It is not. It's a pseudo movement, and we're going to explain that today. And they make a whole lot of wild statements. It's 43 million FBA. It's not. It's about 1,500. See how the numbers just dropped? It's 1,500 wild cowboys and Indians claiming to be black Indians and all that. That's what it is. It's that. Bunch of nonsense. You say it enough times and the people listening, your kids might be like, so we got 43 million FBA. That's bull crap. Got about 1,200. See how the number dropped? About 1,200. Yeah. 43 million. Stop it. Bugged out, man. This the bugged out part about it. Man, let me get about 50 people over here, man. Shout out to everybody, man. Like and subscribe, man. This is how we like to do it, man. I appreciate the support, man. And I hope y'all enjoying the holidays. Hope y'all sitting back, man. You know I had to work today. I'm going to work tomorrow. All right. Get it going. Big up to all my supporters, man. Big up to all the pseudo killers, man. Big up to the MBK, man. Big up to Sean, Signs for Sean, man. They in this damn fight. We're going to keep it real cool, right? Real easy going, because I can't be yelling. Am I yelling? I can't be yelling with these dudes no more. I can't. Ain't take long to catch it with their fastball. They kept throwing at the same speed. Saying the same thing. Y'all know the rule around here, yo. If you say that, if you keep repeating the same thing too many times, we're going to get you. What the one thing they keep howling and screaming about, man? I mean, you know them immigrants, man, they could be African Americans. That's their number one thing to say, damn near, ain't it? You know that immigrants can be African Americans. That's why we need to delineate. I don't know what the hell they mean about that. Separate yourself some kind of way, huh? I find that very interesting. I just do. Very interesting. So you trying to tell me the colonial power that came in and enslaved 12 million Africans from the continent don't know who the hell they enslaved? Who the hell you trying to convince with that? Oh man, shoot, they ain't know what they was doing. They ain't slaves, man. They don't know. We gotta make sure we tell them. We gotta change our name. The biggest lie they got going is to continue to tell y'all that you know them immigrants, some second generation immigrants, yo, man, they can call themselves African Americans, and the census proves it. It's moving because I'm moving. We grooving, that's why. Yeah. I got a cameraman follow me. When I move, he follow me all around to get the good shots. You know what I'm saying? You can believe that, y'all. I got some swampland in Florida for you. I'm gonna sell you. Put the houses on y'all and get it 100,000. Big up to everybody in the chat, man. I appreciate y'all, man. We got enough people here to get this lesson started right. So like I said, first of all, about 20 years ago, was very, very close. Shall I say in close proximity? You gotta say it right. I was in close proximity to a cult Malachi York and them, the New Wapians, close proximity there, very, very close. To go down on the land, right? You know, read some books and listen to some lectures. Let me show y'all how not to do that. Easy work. Now, first of all, people love blackness. We just do. We love our blackness, man, especially if you tuned in, right? If you tuned in on the airways, yo, you know, all African Americans don't give a damn about blackness, but some of us do. Some of us care about the religion we ended up getting trapped up in, and we want to fight that. Right. Bet. You're the ones most vulnerable. We most vulnerable because now we open. Our minds is open, but don't open your brain. Don't open your mind up so much your whole damn brain fall out. I heard Ken say that one day. Open your mind up so much your brain fall out. Don't do that. But you can get got if you don't got that filter called scientific literacy. So back in them days, New Wapians, they was talking that talk. I was like, oh, York was killing the Bible. I was like, oh, that makes sense. You know, that was some good accurate information. Talking about Utnapishtim, Noah, how Utnapishtim was a Sumerian deity, and how a Sumerian character who got contacted by the gods, right, and let them know build a boat, okay, because the flood is coming. Right? That's one of the oldest flood stories. And out of that flood stories, the Hebrew, because they're in the same area, the Hebrew would develop Noah. So there's Utnapishtim, Sumerian story, and Noah, Hebrew story. And they're both talking about the floods, and the gods told them, either a God told Noah, and the gods told Utnapishtim that, look, build a boat because the flood is coming. Right? And from that, you start to realize that the biblical narrative is not only it's not the first flood story, it's not the oldest. So now you start to recognize that, damn, yo, they lying, yo. That it couldn't have been talking about the whole damn world, right? It had to be talking about their world, first of all. Because the first time, the earliest flood story is Utnapishtim, right? And nobody talks about that in the United States. You had to be studied to get that. So I start to recognize that there are a lot of cultural stories. Like, man, that's interesting. But then there was some other things said amongst York and them. And in Malachi York books like, hey, man, the aliens, Pickle Man. I didn't hear the Pickle Man one. I think the Pickle Man would have immediately got me out of there, but I never heard the Pickle Man. But I did hear the Man from Risk. I did read that book. I ain't read it. I looked at it, the Man from Risk and the aliens. Let me let y'all know a little secret. They may have some things that make a lot of sense, and you can verify it, like Utnapishtim, Sumerian story, Noah's Ark. The Bible is wild. Bet, got me. I'm hook, line, and sinker. But as soon as I heard the alien and the Pickle Man, well, I didn't hear the Pickle Man, but they said it was the Pickle Man, and the Man from Risk should have got my ass up away from there. I ain't know no better at the time, but I was feeling uncomfortable with the alien thing. I thought it was wild, and I always argued. You know me, I'm arguing back and forth. What y'all mean? Damn, I don't believe in none of that and all that. I ain't nah. But that's too much. I tell you, I say this to say this. There's a thing, internet thing, FBA. There's a lot of things that we can all agree with. Today, I'm not sure about the delineation part, but it sounds like, okay, I like delineation. They're basically trying to say we need to make sure we have our own culture intact. We can all agree to that. Riding with that. Man, we are powerful people, yo. Man, we in the foundation of the start of the Americas. Yeah. Slave labor, right? Organization, we was slave labor, we was artisans, we was a lot of things. We wasn't just cooks. They took builders and a lot of people who could do these types of works, right? We can agree to that. That we are I would say we're in the foundation of the building of America. We fought in all the wars. All that shit sound good, and I'm with that. Nobody can argue those points. And then it takes an evil, weird turn. Then you'll hear them say, well, you know, there's an ethnogenesis. I'm like, yeah, there's an ethnogenesis. We can all agree to that. But the ethnogenesis for FBA is, shall I go to the website? I'm going to the damn website. I'm tired of playing with y'all, right? Y'all be playing with me. Yeah, y'all playing. I don't know why would y'all want to play? Doesn't make sense to play. Just keep it a buck. Let's see. Let's get you the website. Foundational Black America. Let's see. Let's see what it is. Foundational Black America. Go to the website. Let me share my screen. Because this is where it gets weird. What's up, MVP? Chris Harris, the fucking MVP in the building. So, share the website. Stay focused on what I'm talking about. I'm saying there's some things we can all agree with. No issue, no problem. They never hit me back, neither. And you come to here and it gets real weird here. And they start talking about the ethnogenesis, and we can agree to the ethnogenesis. We can agree to it. When you get down here, there's 3 stars. There's 3 stars here. And there's no denying this. The 3 stars, the pillars, the foundation, the ethnogenesis represents the 3 groups who make up the ethnic group that will become the foundational Black Americans. Here we go. Not making this up. This is the baggage that comes with being an FBA. The Black Aboriginal people of North America. It's got a star there. That's wild. And they put that first. You know, we use chronology here of importance. So them Black Aboriginal people of North America seem to be very important. We know that's an outright mistake and an outright lie. There is no such thing as a indigenous or the Black Aboriginal people of North America. There's no such thing. See, that's weirdo. The second point, the Black explorers or traders who had contact with the Americas before Columbus. So you basically say how many damn explorers was it and how many traders was it that just decided to stay in America? Wild pseudo claim. And then the last one, which is correct, the captives brought to the Western Hemisphere from Africa. Really the slaves. It was not only captives, they was kidnapped and enslaved. So remember I talked about Malachi York and how beating up the Bible was correct and how they talked about that the Hebraic flood story was not the first story, right? And how the Utnapishtim and Noah corresponded. Well, it was basically the same type of character, and that Noah story was taken from a more ancient story. That is correct. But as soon as they start talking about the aliens, and as soon as they start talking about the nonsense show, the Pickle Man and the Man from Planet Risk and all that, yo, that's when it was time to get the hell up out of there. Because it was weirdo. It was nonsense. It was pseudo shit. Okay? You at the same place right now. There's a lot of things that sound right. How they used to say it, sound right reasoning. But is it really right? When it comes to the foundational Black Americans, we can agree absolutely that we want to hold our culture true. That as African Americans, we've done a lot, right? Our culture is showcased around the world. We've created music genres. We can agree to that. And then the train is going down the track and it comes off the rails with the 3 main points, the ethnogenesis, the most important part. This is the foundation of who we are. And they say the Black Aboriginal people of North America, which is straight pseudo shit lie that has been promoted in the quote unquote conscious community for years. The Black explorers and traders had contact, nonsense before Columbus, foolery. And the last but not least, the captors brought. What? So you got to get off the train right there, because it's baggage that comes with that. Now you start to realize that this has not been put together by groups of intelligent African Americans and scholars that will look back over the mistakes we have made to clip our history. You're in that same space right now, ladies and gentlemen, where I was with the Malachi York thing. Man, I heard the word aliens too many damn times. The man from the planet Risk. You look at the pictures in the book, they all look, man, it's time to go. And they used to say, well, ain't no leader. York ain't the leader. Does that not sound familiar? Huh. Well, I be damned. Goodness gracious. She's not the leader. It's the master teacher. Teachings. The teachings come from the Hidden Color series. Oh, you always talking about that. I ain't talking about that, man. I'm talking about the raggedy work. That don't got no problem with the man. That ain't what the, I don't care about. He could have been, I don't care if he was a pimp. I don't care who cares? I'm talking about the work that's produced. Is why he's in our lane with the misinformation, the anti-vaccine information, the wrong medical. Everything is wrong about that, those series. It's pseudo. So now we can move forward now. No matter how good some of the things is, the foundation of it is trash. And any reasonable person listening can hear what I'm saying. That's when you get out the train. We not mad at, stop the train. The train will stop. The door will open to let more people in. Well, when the door opens, get your ass off the train. You're in the same position I was. Close to it, heard the word alien and was like, huh? I'm gonna let that go. I don't believe that. And they had a catch-all phrase for that. Well, if you can't verify, then that's not for you. Nah, nigga, we can't verify. It's not only not for me, right? I'm getting the hell away from that foolery and figure out somebody else that can give me some accurate history about who I am. See, that's how you do that. I'm just, passing on a little something for y'all. That's all. So now we're going to get into this presentation here, because there's something that they say on a regular basis. Oh, man, anybody can be an African American. Immigrants come over here. They taking our money for our grants. That's a damn lie. Second generation, first generation, the second generation, they can be African American. That's a lie. Well, they making it up. They're definitely making it up. Boy, they making it up. So, let me share the screen. So what we're doing is we're tackling. Come on, man. We're tackling. So we're tackling the false statement of immigrants from Africa, their kids can be African Americans. This is a misinformation campaign. So let us move forward with this quick teaching that I'm going to open the panel up. Understanding race and ethnicity in the United States. This is key, so we can catch them where they're cheating at. Exploring the distinctions between racial classifications, cultural identities, and immigrant experiences in the damn United States. See, I got to throw a cuss word in there. Y'all start saying, oh, he boring. That's what they said in the Inky debate as I beat them half to death. They'll find any reason to discredit real good information. Like I supposed to be dancing and singing. You know what I'm saying? Inky was over there dancing and singing like he was at the Cotton Harlem Club, dancing for white people and making music in the middle of trying to talk about science. Hey, boss, let's do the dance. Yeah. Bananas. Man, Come on now. Oh, man. Oh, shoot. Let's go. Introduction. Race and ethnic identity. Very important so you don't get caught up in that wild ball of confusion. The distinction between race and ethnic identity, right, is crucial for understanding how individuals and communities are classified in societal context. The U.S. Census categorizes, now watch this, Black or African American. This is the statement right here that confuses everybody. We don't get it straight though. Say it again, the U.S. Census categorized Black or African American solely as a racial category to facilitate statistical data collections and civil rights monitoring, devoid of any ethnic, biological, or cultural connotations. Do y'all get that? Copy that line and put it in your daggone ChatGPT. That's important for you understanding everything I say after that. Okay? Remember, the census, they ain't trying to put together the ethnicity, right? Okay. It's solely a racial category to facilitate what? Statistical data collection and civil rights monitoring, devoid of ethnic, biological, or cultural connotations. So they're not coming at it from a scientific perspective, ladies and gentlemen. They're doing it for data collecting and for civil rights monitoring. Don't let them confuse you. The census, race, and statistical categories. Racial classification. The U.S. Census classifies Black or African American solely as a racial category. Well, you already know it ain't no races, huh? So they use it as an administrative type of thing, huh? Okay. This designation is utilized primarily for the purpose of statistical data collecting and monitoring civil rights compliance. Civil rights monitoring. The classification plays a critical role in civil rights monitoring, providing data essential for identifying disparities and ensuring compliance with laws like the Voting Act. That's why they do that? Yeah, that's why they put that on there, Black or African Americans. It wasn't trying to make a specific designation for an ethnic group. Not an ethnic identity. It is most important to note that Black or African American designation is not an ethnic identity. It does not encompass the complex cultural, historical, or biological nuance of the individuals identified under this category. Anthropological definitions of African American. Now we start to get into the science. The delineation, ladies and gentlemen. African American, distinct identity from enslaved Africans in the New World, shaped by transatlantic slavery, Jim Crow era, and rich cultural evolution. So an immigrant could never fill that space, huh? Second generation African immigrant distinction. Children of African immigrants maintain distinct identity. I'm gonna say this again. Children of African immigrants maintain distinct identities. Children of Nigerian, Ghanaian, Zimbabwean, or other African immigrants retain their distinct ethnic identities and do not transition to being recognized as African Americans. Man, they was cheating, wasn't they? FBA was straight up cheap. It say this distinction is crucial for understanding the diversity within Black identities in the U.S. Distinct immigrant origin communities. These second-generation immigrants often form communities that reflect their unique heritage, creating spaces where cultural practices and languages from their parents' countries are preserved and celebrated. Cultural and historical narratives differ. While they may share racial similarities with African Americans, their cultural historical narratives are distinct, shaped by their immigrant experiences and family histories. Well, we're going to beat this with intelligence. The census identifies African immigrants. The U.S. Census Bureau employs specific metrics to accurately identify and characterize African immigrants, preserving their unique identities. Y'all didn't know that, man. See, they trying to preserve their unique identities. They ain't trying to mix them up like the FBA play. Oh, they don't know the difference, but we need to. No, we don't need a bunch of YouTubers doing nothing for us. No, we don't. If you don't got something backed by science, backed by sources, backed by intelligence, we don't need you doing nothing. And then, oh, by the way, where the hell is the experts over there? Oh, my fault, the experts that made the wild movies. Percentage of African immigrants in the U.S. population, 18.4%. Total number of African immigrants in the United States, 4.5 million. How would they know that, huh? 65% proportion of African immigrants who were naturalized U.S. citizens. 65%. How do you know that? Percentage of African immigrants with at least a bachelor's degree. Well, I wonder how the hell they know that. How they know that? 83% share of African immigrants residing in metropolitan areas. 83%. Confusion from census label. They always getting terms and shit confused. And I say they do it on purpose. No, they don't do it on purpose. It's just about the education. But when you try to educate, they say that's the white man education. Well, the term Black or African American serves as a statistical label mandated by the Office of Management and Budget, the OMB, for the classification of race. This designation is primarily intended for civil rights monitoring and does not represent an ethnic identity or reflect the complex historical or cultural nuance of African American heritage. I remember during the daggone Nile Valley Black Egyptian debate, people couldn't understand that. I was trying to say there's a difference between race and identity. Some different shit. Ethnic identity is different from race. Here we go. Ethnogenesis and immigration, key differences. Understanding how ethnic identities are formed and the role of immigration in the process is crucial for grasping the complexities of identity. That's why they can't get it. They all anti-science, they all anti-experts, and to them, science is the white man's development. Crazy. That's why they don't get it, because it's called education. We want to close the education gap on this damn show. 1, 2, 3. Shared history. Ethnic groups develop through a long-term shared history that binds individuals together. That would not happen with a Zimbabwean or a Ghanaian or a Nigerian. So I don't know why you're always messing with them and cussing them out. Knock it off. Act like you know. Cultural memory. Kinship patterns and cultural memory play pivotal roles in the formation of ethnic identities. Social boundaries. Social boundaries, rather than mere birthplace or citizenship, are essential in defining ethnic identity. Conclusion: understanding identity and context. Ethnic identity is shaped by history, culture, and social boundaries, not merely by immigration status. So there we go. Y'all can just go ahead and rewind that. We're gonna knock off each pillar at a time. We're gonna knock off each lie at a time. So I no longer want to hear you say, but you know them immigrants, some second generation, man, they can just be African Americans too, yo. No, they can't. We don't gotta run around, make a whole nother name up for us to understand what the hell I just put up there. And we can understand it by being a damn African American, because we have a unique shared experience based off of unique ethnogenesis of what? Enslaved Africans brought you the Americas, specifically brought you to the United States, about 380,000 worth, mixing with Europeans and some Native Americans. That is our unique ethnogenesis. Anything else, they making that shit up and they cheating and they scamming. I said it. That's that lecture for the day, and we did it in 36 minutes. This is what we doing. Everything they say, we're going to break it down. So now I want to drop the link, see if I got any brave hearts that want to come on and discuss it, right? There will be no talking over each other. This is what we're not doing. We want to hear coherent conversation led by intelligence. That's how we got to move today. But that's where we at. So I no longer want to hear you say the reason you beefing with a bunch of people from the continent of Africa because they trying to steal something. They ain't stealing nothing. Hopefully somebody can steal some ignorance away from you. No matter what they call themselves, no matter what they think themselves to be, they could never be African American because they don't share that ethnogenesis. In DNA, clearly shows this. And you back up the DNA with the unique history, which makes us African Americans. You can call ourselves the super duper tree toppers. Call it any name you want. That's another scam. It don't matter what the name is. It's how the name is defined which matters. How do you define that name? Does that name have that ethnogenesis between enslaved Africans, Europeans, and Native Americans? And we know the variant degrees. High levels of continental African DNA, 20 to 30% European DNA, and about 4 to 1% Native American DNA. Anything other than that, they're lying. They're making it up. They done with the looker ship, the scammer ship, the foolish ship, the nonsense ship. That's what's really going on, ladies and gentlemen. And you know what? They can't get around it. They just can't. Whole bunch of talking. But I taught Ankh this. Nigga, you ain't taught me nothing. You tripping. I don't even feel like saying his name because he's rabbit. When I say rabbit, rabies. You know, we get rabies is rabbit. Boy. I'm going to drop the link in the server first. All right, that's what I do for the people in the server. I hit them first. Get them first crack at it. And man, I'm saying we can always discuss how African Americans and continental Africans start talking crazy about each other. Hell, they've been doing that since I've been around understanding the whole thing. Now, that's real. Talking crazy. Mm-hmm. Oh, you this, you that, blah, blah. Yeah, all right. Yeah, we've been doing that. That ain't nothing new. And I tell you what's funny. 904, man, what's good, brother? It's my favorite supporter right there, yo, for real, yo. Listen. Talking crazy back and forth, yo, we've been doing that, yo. Matter of fact, the average African American, which is about 43 million of us, right? When you come to them talking about they African, they're like, what? I ain't no damn African. Matter of fact, you had to be in the conscious community to try to tell them that you was African. Let me say this real slow. Out of the 43 million African American, most of them will tell you to kick rocks if you say they African. You only got the small marginalized piece called the conscious community that think they done came into some type of enlightenment, right? And say, yeah, we African. But most African Americans are like, get out of here with that. You don't gotta teach them that. They already know. So I don't know why the FBA think all of a sudden you gotta switch that back that we think is something that we not. That's not true. What's up, Mr. Joel, Pseudo Killer? How you doing, brother?
What's going on, the God Killer? What's happening with you, bro?
Smash them up real quick with the real thing.
Hey, man, that was a good hit piece right there, man. And you know what? You brought out something that I don't even know if you was trying to do this. You might have been, but you didn't harp on it a lot. But you brought out something that was real interesting.
What's that?
All right, so you went and grabbed the information. I don't know how hard it was for you to find it, to show who this government recognizes as African Americans, right?
Yep.
How they make the distinction between African American and immigrants that come in. So they already got this information.
Yeah. Yeah, they know who they
right?
are. Yep. Yeah.
But you started off by talking about how people fall into these groups and people follow stuff that, that ain't so accurate, right?
Yeah.
Do you know that most religious people don't really read the Bible or the Quran or whatever group they in? They don't really go and really read and search out the information. FBA is doing the same thing.
They doing the same thing.
Those folks ain't gonna try to. They came up with the same thing you came up with. They never went to go search. They just listened to their preacher, Tariq Nasheed, play the fiddle. What was that? When they played the fiddle and all the mice followed them? That's what they did.
Yep. They fell in love. They fell in love with their history, whether it was accurate or not. They thought it was their history, yo.
There you go. But look, all they had to do was just go read the text.
Yeah, they would. Yeah. Go look at the census. Look out why they saying what they saying.
Yeah.
What's the reason behind it? But that's a lot, yo. You know what I mean? That's a lot.
What can they bring against that, though?
But
all right. So for the information you just dropped just now,
nothing.
I would love to see what they can bring.
A whole bunch
to try to show. Say it again.
A whole bunch of arguing.
But I ain't no good. What arguing gonna do?
I don't know what they could bring. It's nothing they could actually bring, yo. It's not. I mean, I don't know what the. I mean, come on, man.
That's an open and shut case right there. They literally know.
They literally know
who we talking about when we say whether you like African American or not, black, whatever you want to be called. They literally know what demographic of this society we talking about when we say it. They know. And that's why I always say, like if they just banging on people that's immigrants here following Trump, then fine. Okay, go for it. But if they really think they are doing themselves a justice and building a case for reparations and trying to separate who the resources gonna go to, they messing up. They're messing up. They already got that information. They don't need that. All these folks gotta go do is figure out what their genealogy is and call it a day. Go take a DNA test.
Oh man, they're not gonna do that. That's like raid. Remember, that's raid.
Yeah, it's raid. But I mean, if they serious about it, right?
If they serious about it, they'll do that, yo.
Right.
But how many people? It's like the whole Egyptian argument.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Caught in the middle of that. I mean, in your education, yo, you can modify your conversation, yo. You should always be allowed to do that, yo. And in this community, you're not allowed to learn and modify your statements. And so you get caught in wild conversations. So a person at the FBA can say, yeah, you're right, yo, the ethnogenesis part is absolutely wrong. And then what you would have to ask yourself is why I'm still sitting around a group of people that carry that. The very foundation of the organization is based off of that. They give you all kinds of excuses, yo. When they go home by themselves, they realize they ain't did nothing to give a whole lot of excuses, yo.
Right. Yep.
Mm-hmm. They ain't did
nothing to prove anything.
Mm-hmm. So for
two of them,
go ahead.
Two of them stars fall right off the flag. They got one star up there. Okay, go ahead. They might as well have a Muslim flag. They have one star up there.
So I want to make this clear, right? You can go to the questions portion of the census, right? When you're asking questions, the FAQ, it says racial categories reflect definitions. It say not biological or anthropological ones. The racial categories included in the census questionnaire generally reflect a social definition of race, recognized in this country, and are not an attempt to define race or biological anthropology or genetically. It's just not.
Wow.
It's not.
We just did that with somebody, didn't we?
Yeah.
We try hard to read that one more time, because we try hard to tell this individual that when we using this term, because they kept trying to say we were pseudo because we use the term race, and we like, yo, no, we explaining it. It's not biological, yo. And they say, nah, man, you used the word, man. And so just read that one more time, just so I make sure I got it. I'm not sure I heard that 100%.
Talking about United States Census. It says the categories included in the census questionnaire generally reflect a social definition of race, recognized in this country, and are not an attempt to define race biologically, anthropologically, or genetically. Simple as that.
There you go. There you go. So they even cleared it up. They went so far as because people like me, they know I'm a fight about black. So they said, let's put this in there so they know we just doing a social thing. This shouldn't be taken as something that's scientific or that's anything outside of what's social. You gotta dig deeper to figure out, what you really are as an individual.
So just for the listening audience, we always use sources. This is United States Census. Okay. It say why we ask the question about race. It say we ask a question about a person's race to create statistics about race and to present other estimates by race groups.
Okay.
There you
They
go.
compiling numbers. That's all they doing.
Right,
they're not trying to tell you who you are. They just compiling numbers.
Right. So if you sitting around here arguing and howling and screaming at me about you tripping, because they doing that, and it's always this, bro. Y'all can go right here. Question. You ask questions and all that. Frequently asked questions. Right here, man, and read it. Come on, man, and then go sit down somewhere and knock it off.
Very good. Yep. Knock it off.
Knock it off.
So, Lord.
Line. I'm going to drop it.
So, Lord.
Go ahead.
Check this out, So, check this out. So, if they are acknowledging that right there, because they send that census out for everybody to check it off, right? Then that must mean, if you can read that other information you read and then read this, that means that they are obviously going to use actual the history that happened on this land. They're going to use that history to prove who they're talking about. They're going to use the culture. They're going to use the genetics, because they just mentioned genetics right there in that. They're going to use that to try to figure out who was being represented in this reparation discussion. So all the folks that's trying to, like not pay attention to our actual history here and making up a new history, they writing themselves out. Because they're not going to acknowledge a history that's made up that can't be validated. How you going to validate? How you gotta validate, you know, the first explorers saw black people. How you gonna validate that?
Let's deal with this question right here. It says, I know Jamaicans call themselves African Americans. So what? I know African Americans that call themselves Black Hebrew Israelites. So what? I know
Black Egyptians,
Nation of Islam. So what?
Abos.
I mean, the elbows, they Black Indians. So what? What does that mean in the grand scheme of things? Not a damn thing.
How about that? They Moors, they the Asiatic black men, they all kind of crap.
The FBA acting like they 43 million. Lying.
Right.
43 million. Start in that.
You told them they 1,500. You didn't even give them 2,000. You dirty, man.
Down to 12, now they down 1,100. They keep on messing with me. It's gonna be 10 of them. Right, because they ain't got no records.
None.
They ain't got no statistics. See what I'm saying? They ain't got no paperwork. They ain't got nothing. They just talking on YouTube, talking crazy and reckless, coming at the wrong one. You know, once I get started, I'm not stopping now because it's easy work. Now it's easy work.
Right.
Pan-African and proud, the tether.
That's right. The tether supreme Allah. That's right.
Oh, that's Tether Supreme. Yeah, okay. Somebody call him a Tether. Tether Supreme. I like that, yo.
I'm reclaiming it like we reclaim the N-word.
I
Like we
know,
reclaim black. Might as well have fun with it if they keep calling me that. So, you know.
Yeah,
But man, you're wrong, man. Don't you know, man? FBA grandmamas told them that they were Aboriginals, man. Come on now. That overrules any data and science, and you know, that overrules everything, man. My grandmama told me that we are Cherokee, so therefore we are FBAs today. That's the claim most of them use, and they cannot produce the basis of their claim, which is that of a pure, undiluted lineage. That is just pure garbage. We, as human beings, we don't operate that way, man. I mean, yes, if you compare the numbers of black immigrants to black people who were, you know, born and raised in the United States over the years, yeah, it's going to be a small minority. But right now, we're dealing with almost 150 years of black diversity. You know what I'm saying? And the U.S. government has been alarmed at this several times. I mean, in 1924, they passed the Johnson-Reed Act because they were, you know, alarmed at the Marcus Garveys of the world and the black, exotic blacks, exotic Negroes who's coming in and mixing in and influencing and being radical. But I just want to say that the this FBA thing, what I'm saying is not meant to destroy them, because I consider the FBAs still my brothers. They just my hard-headed brothers. They just, you know, a little bit of education, a little bit of discipline they can rejoin the Pan-African family at any time once they understand it, if they're willing to. But like James suggested and others, I think there has been something else going on here. And then you just had a lot of followers, you know, latching on. So I'll there, man. I'll cease my commentary there.
Well, yeah, I see you slipped in the Pan-African thing. I can't let you slip it in. Can't let you slip that one in.
That's why they call him a tether right there. That's why they call you a tether right there, man.
You slip that one.
It's all good though. It's all good, man. I've been called an African booty scratcher, man. When I first moved here from where I came from, they were surprised that we had shoes where we lived. I was called all sorts of names. It's all good though, man. I mean, you know, we play the dozens. We do that. We do it in the islands too. You know what I'm saying? Just, you know, the numbers are different. And yeah, black diversity is real, man. We have different backgrounds and different origins, different foods, different practices. But this thing called African America has been a collective experience in the modern sense, post-slavery. You know what I'm saying? And even before slavery, you had, you know, black peoples, African peoples being brought in from Africa that themselves represented, you know, Pan-Africanism. There's Pan-Africanism on the slave ship, where they put together different people from different backgrounds on the continent who were forced to come together as one. And then some were dropped off in Barbados, some were dropped off in Jamaica, some were dropped off in Boston, New York, Charleston, Baltimore. And then the bad and unruly ones sometimes got sent back to the Caribbean. Sometimes when rich white plantation owners like George Washington, for instance, went back down to Barbados, he took with him his slaves from Virginia to Barbados. Some of them had babies along the way, left people along the way. So what I'm saying, all I'm trying to describe is that, you know, African Americans are a dynamic, culturally diverse people within our own right. We're not monolithic, and we're definitely not static. We've come together to create this thing, you know? And again, that speaks to the huge lie that this FBA thing is undiluted, monolithic, and static. It's they get to a certain level where if they were to do actually do their lineage and found out like their great grandmama was Jamaican, they might shoot themselves in the head, man. You know what I'm saying? It's insane. It's literally insane.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. And that's look, that's probably why they really don't want to do that DNA or really go through their genealogy. Just because of what you just now said. They so afraid they might find out that they blended in with the folks who they call tethers. That man, shoot, they scared of that.
Let me show y'all a picture. Let me show y'all a picture of the flag. Picture of the flag here. I'd like to bring y'all a picture of the flag. Can y'all see the picture of the flag? Y'all see it, right?
Yeah, FBA 1526.
Yes. And we see the flags, right? And you see the 3 stars. We know what the 3 stars stand for, right? We don't gotta argue that anymore. We're clear on what the stars actually represent. But now we're gonna knock that down. Now we're gonna knock it down. We're gonna come here. Can we see it? Hold on.
I see it.
Hold on. I wanna get hold on, damn it. Let me get you the real flag now, because we gotta do this. Gotta do this correct.
This is the real flag. Okay, there we go.
Flag. Here we go. That's the real flag now. We've knocked off the other 2 stars. All right, got 1 star on there. They're gonna have to. That's the new flag. We're not sitting around here playing with them no more.
Kwame Nkrumah had the black star. I guess the FBA got the white star.
All right, no longer playing the 3 stars. So 3 stars is a bunch of foolery, because we know what the 3 stars represent. What do the 3 stars represent? We know it right here on the flag, right here. Yeah, we're not playing. The 3 stars represent what? The 3 stars, right? Represents, look, 3 groups who make up the ethnic group that would become Foundation of Black America. The Black Aboriginal people of North America, that's crap. We taking that star away. And the Black explorers, traders, I don't know how many explorers and traders they thought they had, who had contact with the Americans before, all lies. So we taking that off the flag. Only thing you got left is the captive slaves. That's it. Not playing with y'all. I'm tired of playing with y'all. Trust me. The FBA flag and meaning. You know what the damn flag mean when you fly this flag?
It's insane. And even if they wanted to collect all of the so-called black traders and explorers, most of them are going to quote unquote non-FBI places like Mexico, Hispaniola, Brazil, Colombia, Venezuela. They're going to the Americas, but somehow they've translated that as exclusively to the North American country that is a collection of 50 states in a federation called the United States. The majority of those so-called black traders, and they went to other parts of the Americas.
Yeah, well, I don't care what they say. That's where we at. So I'm not, just for the record, I'm not promoting Pan-Africanness. I'm not a Pan-African. Most African Americans don't know what the hell a Pan-African is. Let's get that straight too. All right. Right. We don't know nothing about that. We don't think we Africans, and we don't know nothing about Pan-African. So I'm not promoting none of that. All right. I'm promoting the ethnogenesis between indigenous people that was already here, that got wiped out by diseases and colonial powers, right? Europeans and enslaved Africans that been through Jim Crow, slavery, and the whole 9 yards, the nonsense. That has developed a unique culture in the Americas. In its due respect. They created music genres. Okay? The first cowboys. Y'all want to talk about some slick shit? It's the first cowboys. You know, we can come from the Journal of Science, not the first goddamn Indians. We was the first cowboys. How do we know? Because they checked the genetics in the cattle. Remember, they took cattle herders from Africa. They brought some of the cattle. We was the one that control the herds. That's based in science. What we talking about here? Yeah, y'all don't got to lie. The history is serious enough. We don't got to make up nothing. Yeah, why would we have to make up anything? What's going on, Trey? What's on your mind? Talk to us.
What's good? What's good? I just wanted to Pan-African and proud was like we don't know our great grandparents and all. Well, I can't speak for everybody.
That's not what I said. I said you can't go. Go ahead. Say your thing. Go ahead.
Listen, bro. You can't do that, yo. I had to put you down. You can't do it, yo. This man said 2 words, you already on this man. Hell, he probably don't remember the exact words, but he gonna get close. Let him talk. Go ahead, Trey.
No, I was just saying, I don't know where he from, but down south, you know what I'm saying? We got so much of, like, we know so much history of our ancestors. We got like real cemeteries down here, like multiple cemeteries. Some of them in churches, other, cemeteries like in miscellaneous fields, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, where they had, the slave houses and whatever like that. But we know so much of our culture. So, I'm FBA. So I can go all the way back. Like, I can go very, very far back, bro. I can name, like, the oldest ancestor I know by name is Zephyr Banks. Her name was Zephyr Banks from Oklahoma. I'm from Memphis, Tennessee, bro. My great grandma from Mississippi. Zephyr Banks had, I think, 10 children spread out. So this going far, this going way back, bro. Multiple generations, bro. This not just a great grandmother, a great grandmother. This is a great grandmother. So. Right. I mean,
you think we disagree with you?
Nah. I just want to tell, bro. Like,
hold on.
Some FBAs do know how.
No. Listen to me. This your next trick. What does that mean?
Bro, we not Aboriginal, bro. Bro, we not.
Because I was going to tell put that flag back up.
That, bro. We not Aboriginal, bro. Nah.
All right. So hold up. Let me ask my brother something, y'all. Okay. So I heard you.
Stop a little bit. Hold on.
Okay.
Bro, everybody on this panel agree with what you just said.
Right.
What the hell is going on? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, how do we get disconnected right there? Right.
No.
And I want to say, let me just say, I honor your ancestors. I honor your ancestors and your family lineage. What I've said was not meant to be any disrespect to anybody in your ancestral lineage at all.
No, it's all
I would never do that.
Good. It's just conversation, bro. It's just conversation, bro.
So, I wanted you to put that flag back up real quick.
That flag crazy, bro.
I want to get your man right here. Gentleman 30 said the cattle statement was reckless, Ankh. Was it?
Really?
Let's see. Because that ain't what we do around here, yo. We don't do reckless shit. We do scholarship.
Reckless ship.
Ladies and gentlemen, I bring who the first cowboys was. Here we go. We don't play. This is in a Journal of Science, right? Journal of Science. All right. Fairly new article, September 22nd, 2023. America's first cowboys were enslaved Africans. Ancient cow DNA suggests cattle may have been imported from Africa centuries earlier than historians thought. There you go. And all you got to do is just read it. So you got to take that back. Take that back.
Can I add something to that? Also,
I'm in the middle of reading. Okay. Think cowboy, and you might picture John Wayne riding a herd across the U.S. West.
They're going in hard from the break. Okay, go ahead.
Lived in Mexico and the Caribbean, and most of them was black. I ain't reading no more. Look, the timing of these African imports to the early 1600s suggests the growth of cattle herds may have been connected to the slave trade, says the study author Nicholas Delison.
So,
And also, when you look at that Black Cowboys documentary that just came out, I think on Prime Video or whatever, it is telling a very
not what this man doing, yo. I know. Did my mic cut out or something? Y'all couldn't hear me? I gotta fix that.
No, we thought you stopped.
Oh, why my thing keep doing that? Well, let me finish reading shit. That's the time in the 1600s. The study says, Nicholas, hold on.
And I can't hear him no more.
You can't hear me? Y'all can't hear me.
I can hear you.
Oh, you can hear me. Come on, y'all. I was in the middle of reading, yo. I was talking about the archaeologist.
Hey, you can't pause that long, man. Go ahead.
I'm gonna leave and come back in.
All right. It says the archaeologist at the Florida Museum of Natural History, it changed the whole perspective on the mythological figure of the cowboy, which had been whitewashed over the 20th centuries. There you go.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's science, yo. So you said what? What's that gentleman want? You take that back? That mess ain't true.
He gotta take that back. He gotta take that back.
Is mad. Okay, man, you tripping. I ain't messing with you.
Hey, so check it out. Here's what a lot of people, I guess because they don't really read about slavery, a lot of people don't know that a lot of these the people that enslaved Africans, they would pay extra money for certain people coming off the west coast of the continent that had skills in certain areas.
Exactly. They had specialties in certain areas.
Yeah, and that goes along with what you're reading right there. They had to bring some over there for them cattle. Cattle probably would poke them with their horns, man.
Right. And let me say something also, because it
confirms diverse origins of early post-Columbian cattle in the Americas. There you go, yo.
Yeah, but see what you said there at the end, in the Americas, right? There's a good documentary, I think on Prime Video right now, about the Black Cowboys in the United States, and it's awesome. It goes over the history of people like Bill Pickett and others, African American Black Cowboys who established the trails west. Even the Mormons admit to a guy named Flake Green or Green Flake, I can't remember, but being a black trailblazer who helped Brigham Young and all them cats get from Illinois to Salt Lake. You know what I'm saying? So that history is replete. But guess what happens when you take a diasporic view, when you take an American view of the Western Hemisphere? That whole history of Black cowboys gets even larger. Because again, remember, most slaves from Africa did not come to the area that is today called the United States. Most went down to Brazil, Argentina, Mexico, and there you're going to find cowboy cultures, cattle cultures that are African-based in even larger numbers. In fact, some of you may know one of the most famous Brazilian Black soccer players of the last 20 years, a guy named Ronaldinho de Gaucho, right? He's considered one of the greatest to play the game. That last part of his name, de Gaucho, is the Brazilian way of saying cowboy, because he comes from an area in I think it's northern Brazil called Las Pampas, where everybody in that area is practicing ranching and cattle-based cultures. Black Brazilian soccer player who comes from a long lineage of Black cowboys or African cowboys. So
So hey, I wanted you to throw that flag back up real quick because I had a question for anybody and anybody who would try to call themselves an FBA. There's something else interesting on that flag. So you saying you FBA? Okay, I got a question. Put that flag up if you can.
I'm gonna go.
Did y'all notice the date on that flag?
I ain't noticed the date on
the flag. That's what I'm saying. That date places it back to the Spanish discoveries. Not Jamestown was 1607.
Okay, so wait a minute. All right, so talk about that a little bit. When them Spanish with that date right there got here, who was with them? There you go. 1526.
There's still a lot of conquistadors in Mexico, in Peru. That's what they're referring to. Yeah.
Okay, but who was with them? Do y'all know about that colony? Anybody know?
Nah, that flag wrong.
And that flag, y'all let that flag be right now, because we going to beat that
I
up.
just tell the
They're
truth,
gonna
brother.
fix it in 2026. They're gonna fix it in 2026.
All right, well, they better hurry up, because check this out. When them folks you was just talking about landed, they said it was 500 colonists and 100 enslaved Africans.
Man, you can't put a
So-
date on. Know what I'm
So
saying?
check this out. If you're not doing your genealogy past this 1526, you're an African American. That's all I wanted to say. All right, you take it down. Now,
Take down the flag.
your own date get you. His own date that he put on the flag, get him. And that's what I was saying. People don't take their time to read. If you take the time to read, you're gonna find out, something wrong with this. Something wrong.
Let me say
And
something.
don't run right here calling yourself FBA. You got to go read this stuff. All right, I'm done.
All right, what's going on, American Dream? What's up? Unmute yourself. What's good? Talk to us.
Hey, peace to you, brother. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear, man. What's going on?
Yes, sir. Peace to you. It's been a good while. Peace to your panel.
You been good?
Yeah, peace, bro.
Hey,
Yeah,
brother.
man, I've been great. I called in because I heard somebody referring to themselves as the Tether Supreme. And I just want to let it be known that I am the Tether Supreme. It's me.
Oh, Clay,
You got it. You got it. I lent you the title, dog. You got it. I'll be Tether second place.
Absolutely. I think I have it, and I have the channel to prove it as well. I've been banging on FBA for like a year now. You know, I'm going to welcome y'all to the fight. It's good to see y'all.
Well, I got you there,
that y'all
dog.
finally decided.
I've been banging on them since they was since Adolf, about 5 years now. But go ahead. Sorry.
that's crazy.
Yes, sir. Then you may have been banging longer than me, but I've been banging harder. Pause. So I'm still taking the title. But yeah, the 1520.
We got a different fight, but go ahead.
Yeah, I just wanted one thing. Since y'all mentioned the 1526 date, interestingly enough, the slaves that came here in 1526 came from the Caribbean. So the FBA foundation, the original FBA, were Africans by way of the Caribbean, and that's just y'all can take that for whatever it is. But the original FBA were Caribbeans, African Caribbeans, if you will. Yeah, they came from the Dominican Republic. The slaves were brought in from the Dominican Republic.
American Dream like overwhooping. He an overwhooper.
All of them.
And also the other thing I wanted to mention was
you need a source for that. You need a source, man. Can we get a source?
The source is Colombia setting up base in Hispaniola.
The source is from Columbus. Hold up, bro. Huh?
Columbus' second or third voyage, he set up the Hispaniola to be like the headquarters of the further exploration of the Americas. So yeah, he started bringing in slaves upon Bartolomé de las Casas' recommendation, first to Hispaniola, and then they accompanied many of the conquistadors to Mexico, to Peru, to other places.
Let me understand. Let me get y'all to understand what I'm hearing, because I could be doing too much in my brain. You know, my brain works kind of funny. All right. He called them Caribbeans. These are Africans, man. These are West Africans. Right. They haven't had a
Africans
chance.
By way of the Caribbean. I said Africans by way of the Caribbean. They were taken from Africa to the Caribbean.
You didn't say they were Caribbeans. You didn't say they were Caribbeans.
Well, the same way I'm a Caribbean, but I also have African ancestry.
You do understand that's two different things, right?
No,
American Dream. Come on, man.
Joel, listen what I'm saying. There's no telling. There's no set. There's no telling how long those slaves were in the Caribbean before they weren't there long enough to set up a culture like you did. Like your folks that you spring from, they actually set up their foods, their language, their mores, their dress.
You're correct.
Yeah, them folks that can't. Oh, wait a minute, y'all. Come on, we gotta. The one thing we do over here on this channel is we talk with some goddamn sense.
Right.
Now, when that guy brought them people over here, you cannot call them Caribbeans. What you can say is that he was moving them from place to place, and he brought some from the place that we call Caribbeans. Now they
And
West
was he the only
You are
one?
Africans.
correct, sir.
They West
You are
Africans.
correct.
Okay,
No
all
need
right,
to
I'm done.
belabor the point. No,
Was
you're
he the only
100%.
one?
I mean, I'm not really, you know what I mean, arguing that point too big, but the only thing I'm saying is they were brought here. Most of the slaves that came here didn't come directly from
I don't
Africa.
believe it.
Most of the slaves that came here came via the Caribbean. And all I'm saying is there's no telling how long they were in the Caribbean for.
I don't
But
believe it.
regardless of that point, the only thing I'm saying is just ironically enough, the origins of FBA goes back to the Caribbean. The first slaves that came here from the Caribbean.
Nah.
And that's just something
You're
I
doing
think
too much,
that's important.
American
Yeah,
Dream. You're doing too much.
nah. Because
Yeah,
I
I
get your
think you
point.
get
I get
lost
your
on this
point.
the
point,
way
yo.
But
you're
you're doing too
saying
much.
Yeah, it's a
you're
minute
saying it
point.
like
It
it was
ain't
just this
important.
one person doing it, doing all of the slave trading. That's not true.
Well, the point that's
Yeah,
being made here is that as
so you
early
know,
as
That's not
1526,
true.
that would
so
have been too
Joel,
early to establish a creolized Caribbean culture, which is a good point, which is a very valid point. In 1526, the Spanish and all of Europeans were still very much early on in their colonizing projects. So yes, the point is a good point. We could just acknowledge that and move on. The brother made a good counterpoint
Let me make
that,
this point. Let me
you know,
make this point. I like
yeah,
this.
but if they trace their ancestry,
Hold on.
back to the slaves that were here in
Hold on for a
1526,
minute, American
their
Dream.
ancestry is also going to possibly go back to the Caribbean as well, because those slaves were taken from the
One
Caribbean,
second.
and
One
those
No, you're
slaves may
messing
have
the
had
story up.
family
Hold on one
in the
second.
I can
Caribbean.
explain
Hold on
it.
one
I can
second.
explain it.
I don't need nobody to explain nothing right now. What we
All right.
need is the source. So that statement he made fundamentally is not true. I'm going to give you a direct source, right? You had plenty of slaves that came directly from Africa to the Americas. And yes, you do have a trade where they come from the Caribbean to the Americas. No one's denying that. We know there's about 388,000 slaves that came directly from Africa to the Americas. Okay, so this is not even debated. This is easy work, right? So I think you overwhooped it. I used this source the other day. Here you go. You can look at it right here. We can watch it ourselves. It's right here on the screen. It's right here. So we don't got
But
to.
I'm speaking specifically about the 1526 ones, the
Okay, well,
ones that started
I'm just
in
making a point.
1526. They
Okay,
came from the Caribbean.
Okay, well, I'm just showing. Okay, all right, but we ain't talking about that. You said
Not
it
true.
That's what I'm talking about. So you
a
can't
little
tell me
bit
I'm
different.
overshooting. That's what I'm talking
No, you
about.
didn't.
That's
hold
not
on,
true though, bro.
we belaboring
But I
too
can.
small of a
We
point.
don't gotta
Listen,
talk each other. Let me finish. I need to fix my mic or something because I ain't going through this.
No, you good. Oh, go ahead. We hear you.
I'm making a point that I thought you said that most of the slaves came from Caribbean. I didn't hear you put a date and say that. Right. And then how would that even make sense? If you just saying it's a particular time period, then who would argue with that? I thought you said that most of the slaves came from the Caribbean to support whatever the hell you were saying. So if that's not what you were saying, American Dream, then we're fine. I'm just telling you that we got a chart right here, right, from slave voyages that say differently. That's all I'm saying. And it's got the time periods, right? So in the 15 something, right? Let's see.
1526.
1526. So I mean, but how is that a point though? I don't want to argue a non-point. How is that a point? So
Yeah,
what? You get it?
like I said, we should be able to just move past this point because
Okay, yeah, I
again,
got it. Okay.
at 1520, let me just say 1526, it's so early on that the large scale waves of African bodies hasn't begun yet.
Correct.
And those first few Africans that were brought to Hispaniola are actually doing what FBA claims. They're mixing with the Native Americans haven't died out completely yet either. They were enslaved first. No, hold on. They were enslaved first on Hispaniola. And as they were dying out by 1526, Africans were coming in to replace them. And there was some mixing of like the Caribs, Arawaks, and the Africans coming in. But that's a whole nother discussion. That's a whole nother discussion.
What was your point for making that though? You were saying that what? I thought you were saying it to bring your Caribbean thing in. Why was you saying that though? What was that important?
Because they have 15. They have 15. They have 1526 on their flag.
Mm-hmm.
And it just so happens, ironically, that those slaves, those particular slaves that they're referring to, the 1526 slaves, came here from the Caribbean. So as much as they bang on Caribbeans and Caribbean immigrants, these slaves can be seen as Caribbean migrants, if you
man.
will. So
No,
the
y'all,
origins of
no.
FBA in America
Bro,
are Caribbean.
that don't even make sense.
We do history over here, man. We do accurate history. Okay, can I ask
Listen,
y'all
No,
something?
all right, let me see if I can say what he's saying, because you know he be tricking too. He'll trick you out. He's trying to say, based off of FBA talking all this shit about people from the Caribbean, how ironic in the 1500s, he's saying that the first slaves arrived from the Caribbean. That's what he's trying to say.
They was tethers.
Right.
The
If
first
they
ones was
trace their
tethers.
ancestry, if they trace their ancestry,
Man, come on, man.
let me just say what
Man,
I'm saying.
Dream, you are nut,
If they
yo.
trace, let me just say what I'm saying. If they trace their ancestry,
Hey, West
if
Africa,
they
by
trace
way.
their
Hold on,
ancestry
West
back to
Africa, by way of that.
1526, if they trace their ancestry back to the 1526
Oh, man,
slaves,
hell no.
they're also going to trace their ancestry right back to the Caribbean.
You a mess. You a mess, Market
15,
Dream. I like your style, but
Bro.
you just amongst the wrong crowd. You can't get it off with us.
Let Trey
But
get
that's a good one. That's a good one, though. That's
let
funny.
Trey get through. He FBA. Go ahead. What say you, yo?
It doesn't, bro. You gotta use common sense, bro. Like that don't even make no type of sense.
I'm a sense ain't common, bro.
What?
You see, you cut. You know what, yo? Come on, yo. Discipline.
It just
You
don't make
cut
any
Trey.
common sense, bro. Because what you're saying is they only went to this one place and they missed everything else. Then when you say the Caribbean, what are you saying?
When did
Like,
I
what
say
land?
that? When did I say that?
What you mean? You just
Now,
said
what
it.
you're saying doesn't make sense because I never said that.
You said first they came to the Caribbean, then they came to America, right?
Yes, they took the slaves from Africa to the Caribbean. I'm speaking specifically of the ones in 1526 that FBA have on their flag. FBA's, they don't talk about the 1619 people. They go back to the 1526 colony that was created. And that colony was created by slaves that were brought here from the Caribbean. That's all I'm saying. And I just think that's a little ironic.
one year.
Doesn't matter. That's back to they're like, yo, them 15.
I mean, if they arrived there
Ironic that they
in
came from the Caribbean.
1526,
That's all.
they couldn't create anything.
They
So
couldn't what?
So hold on, wait.
They
So
didn't create anything in a year.
no, hold on.
What are you talking about in a year? I don't even understand what
Hold
you're
on for a
saying.
minute. Hold on. Am I wrong when we bring up the 1619 came from a Portuguese slave ship? What is the name of that daggone slave ship, yo? Hold on, let me get it right. I'm saying, am I wrong in saying this?
Called Jesus.
No.
Slave ship.
Nah, he ain't talking about Jesus.
Pseudo.
Suno Juno, SAO space JOAO. Y'all familiar with that? These Africans originally, these Africans originally captured in West and Central African region, Angola, the Kingdom of Congo. It says specifically they were part of a very large group of captives taken during Angolan Portuguese wars around 1618 and 1619. Our primary sources are John Thornton, Africa and Africans in the American World, Cambridge Press, Linda Haywood, right? We got there, and John Thornton, Central African Atlantic Creoles, the foundation of America, and the Void ID database, multiple. Y'all got to mute that. What is that? In Angola, embarkation tried to Bastilia. Am I saying that right? Huh.
Close enough for me.
Bastille, but you got it.
Okay. The accurate number is based on the records. Some information online claims 7 slaves came, but historically incorrect. The accurate number based on Virginia records, 2 English private ships, White Liner and the Treasurer, captured African people off the coast. Portuguese slave ship brought 20 to 30 Africans to Point Comfort, Virginia in 16. So that's the first slaves that came to America. So I don't know. I think y'all went far. I'm saying that is, hold on. Maybe I should say.
So let me say something real quick.
The very thing you're
No,
showing,
no, America. I
what
need
you're
to say North America, right? It's got. Let me start over. Stop. I gotta say North America to be certain, right, y'all? Hold on.
Ankh,
Yeah.
if you look at what you have on the screen, like if you bring it back to 1576, you'll notice that most of the slaves, like none of, even right now, they're up to 1603, and none of them are going straight to North America. They're either going to South America or into the
I agree.
Caribbean.
Yeah, I agree. So I don't know how to get that far back. I agree. So,
Yeah, but I'm saying it's a fact
And
that
that
there
is
was
a
a
big point.
colony of slaves. There was a colony that was created in 1576 in America, and those slaves were brought here from the Caribbean. They didn't come straight from Africa. They were brought here, and they didn't come from South America. If you look at what's
Why
going
not?
on right now, you see all the slaves are going to South America
Mhm.
or the Caribbean, not straight to North America.
Mhm.
So all I'm saying is just ironic that given as
Yeah.
much as
I'm gonna
FBA
say
bangs on
1619.
I can
Caribbeans,
clear this up for
their
everybody real quick.
origins
clear
is
it up.
also
Y'all
in the
gotta give
Caribbean.
me a chance. Everybody got a chance to go with me.
Why wouldn't they come from South America?
Stop, man. Everybody
Because
gotta
that's
give
not
me a
what
chance to go.
1576, if you
Hold
study
on,
what the
wait a minute, American
1576 colony,
Dream.
if you
Hey,
study about the 1576 colony, it says they came from the Caribbean, not
hey,
from South America.
We,
So
we
to
done made
answer your
that point
question of
about
why
10
didn't they come
times.
from
Let
the
the new
South
guy get in.
America is
I couldn't see you, bro.
hey, let me straighten the story out because what's the problem with what American Dream is doing is he's not putting this in the proper context. All right, so the people that he's saying that are Caribbean people,
Mhm.
they they got a really special story. American Dream should probably go learn it. But they got a really special story. And the reason why is because, man, they have a bunch of stories about maroons. Do y'all know what maroons are?
Uh-huh.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. They
Okay.
played both sides. Sometimes on the side
All
of
right.
the English, sometimes on the side of the Spanish.
There
Go
you
ahead, but I
go.
already agreed to you.
All right.
The
All right.
Caribbean,
So
he
there's
cannot claim Caribbean because there was no
all
Caribbean
right, but look,
creolized
let's
culture. I agree with
yeah,
you. Go
yeah.
ahead,
So
teach. Yeah.
let's make it make sense. Because these maroons did a lot of fighting. They blended in with a lot of the people that were actually native to that land. They actually
Teach,
did.
teach, teach.
Right? They would run. They were runaways. You know, they would kick them European settlers in their butt. All
And
right.
they
So
were
look,
decisive in
that
determining which European power
so
won. But go ahead,
okay.
go ahead.
There you go. Yeah. Because they would choose sides. All right. So we together. We're in the car. So check this out. The dates that we're talking about is late 17s, early 18, like 1804. Remember Haiti? Haiti is what around that time,
Yeah,
right?
1804. They
Yep, yep.
53.
Yeah, there
Yep.
you go. So that's when they was putting in all this work. So American Dream, you're like 200 years too far back, buddy. That's
300.
all I
And,
want to say.
bro,
You
hold,
get a
hold on.
Caribbean,
I'm trying to
you
get
get a
in. I'm just trying
Caribbean,
to be patient.
Joel,
No,
you
you
get
Joel,
ain't trying to be patient.
hold up one
I'm
second.
only
I'm
going
almost
to
done.
50.
I'm almost done.
Joel, I'm
Let
only
No,
going
listen,
to
let me get it
15.
Mr.
out.
Well finished. Let him
Okay, go
finish.
ahead.
Let
Go
me
ahead,
finish.
Well.
Yeah.
My
I didn't
fault. I
cut
thought
you
you were
off.
finished.
But I didn't cut you off. I got 2
So
more
go
minutes.
ahead.
So you get this Caribbean culture with this group that I'm talking about. Right? Once the settlers get out the way, these peoples are still mixed in with the native folks. And so American Dream, when you say that if they did DNA, it would not come back to those folks in 1526. It would come back to me. It wouldn't come back to them. That's all I wanted to
What?
say. There you go. I'm done.
Then why does Tariq have them on his flag?
Because he's a flaming pseudo. We just got finished
Yeah.
Right.
breaking it
So,
Yeah.
so
down.
That's the
Joel,
bigger
He
so
don't
point,
Joel,
man.
I'm
understand this
speaking to
flag. He don't
that.
understand.
Joel,
Mhm. Yeah, go
that's
ahead.
what I'm speaking to. I'm
Oh,
speaking to the fact that they have 1526 on their flag.
Yeah,
And the
both of
fact
y'all,
is those
Oh,
1526
well,
people came
then
from
it's
the
just
Caribbean.
wrong
I have
then. It's
no
both of
idea
y'all,
wrong
why you're
then,
talking
bro.
about
both of y'all agree
1804.
to that. But the point, let me explain why you're
Hold
making a
on, man.
mistake, though, American Dream.
Hold on. Relax, Pan. Hold on, relax.
Oh man, I've been trying to
Yeah,
be patient, man. I'm trying to get in just to settle this because
no.
both brothers
I gotta
mostly
make
agree.
sure, hold on for a minute. I gotta make sure that my African American brothers know that I'm on their side 100%. All right. So I ain't gonna get caught in a Caribbean tug of war. I'm not doing it. Just like I got caught in that black Egyptian shit. Nobody was hearing what I was saying. It was dragging me on both sides. They like the fun part that I ain't doing it. So I won't make my shit clear. My shit is that 16. Let me say this. Now, all the other shit y'all talking, y'all can have at it. 1619. coming from Angola, my favorite spot in West Africa, right, is when the first slaves came to North America. That's what I'm saying. Now, anybody past that, you're scamming. If you got a flag with the 15 something, then American Dream are gonna get you. I'm going 16. I'm telling you what I'm going. I ain't going back to y'all. Get me off that position. I'm going to say this again. Hear me clear. 1619 from Angola. The wars against the Portuguese is where Brother Ankh is saying them goddamn slaves came from the gang of North America. Now, if you get that flag, American Dream is going to get you because I hear his goddamn point. I ain't saying I'm on the side because he be playing around with African Americans. What I'm saying is, I don't know.
But yeah, but thank you.
Hold on. Y'all been going back and forth. Let me just come in between and try to mediate this. Because listen, hold on, let me just say this. This
is what you can't do. You can't teach a lecture, yo. You be trying to.
No, I ain't trying to lecture. I just want to make a quick point. Both of y'all are mostly on the same side of the argument. But American Dream got to realize his claim to Caribbean culture in 1526 is null and void. Those were
Well, I didn't say
African.
anything about Caribbean culture. Okay, I'll give you that.
That's where the discussion is. That's the whole thing causing the disagreement. We got to move past that. Yeah.
But listen, what I'm saying to you though. What I'm saying is those people that came from the Caribbean in 1526, it's likely they had family that they left there. It's like they didn't take every slave from there. It's likely that they had kinfolk there. So if FBA's ancestry goes back to 1526, their ancestry is also likely going to go back to the Caribbean because those slaves that were brought here came from the Caribbean, and it's likely they had family in the Caribbean that they listen. Are y'all listening? Most slaves that came from most slaves that they brought, the slaves that they brought from Africa left family in Africa. The slaves, when they brought them to the Caribbean and then brought them to America, they left family in the Caribbean too. So I'm like, I don't understand. So that's all I'm saying.
They got this thing called genetics, though. This thing called genetics clears that up.
I know that, but I'm saying they have family. They left.
The slaves stay in the Caribbean before they leave to come to America.
Well, here's the thing. That's what I'm saying. You got to go deeper, American Dream, because the reality is this. Once Spain identifies what they're there for, right, which is gold, they got a whole war with the Aztec in Mexico, right? Later on, they're going to have war with the Inca in Peru, right? When that happened, Spain had a labor problem. They didn't have enough people, right? So they could not hold on to all the territory that they had been granted by the Treaty of Tordesillas. So slaves, which were considered the primary labor source, would have been transported from Hispaniola to these places to focus on mining that gold. This is one of the reasons why Spain goes down as a colonial power and why they're challenged by the English in the 1600s. So you're claiming
I'm trying to figure out how that counters what I'm saying.
Because you're claiming that the creolization process, right, which is the creation of a ethnogenetic Caribbean culture on Hispaniola.
All I said was they left family there.
If you're talking about leaving family there, you're talking about the beginning of a Caribbean culture. That's
no, listen, all I'm telling you, listen, I didn't say anything about creolization or their culture. All I said was they left family in the Caribbean, so they're gonna have their DNA is gonna be in the Caribbean. Their DNA is if they're gonna trace their ancestry back to 1526, it's very likely their ancestry is gonna go back to the Caribbean because those slaves in 1526. Can I finish my statement? Those slaves in 1526 were taken from the Caribbean, and it's likely they left family there. So if they're tracing their ancestry to 1526 slaves, it's very likely their ancestry goes back to the Caribbean as well, because the slaves were. That's all I'm saying. I don't understand why that's difficult. I don't understand why y'all bringing in
because it's not according to history.
I don't understand. I'm making a very simple.
I accept this. I don't understand the argument.
Like hold on. You trying to dive in with a slick way of coming. I like it though, Chef. But hold on.
All right, go ahead.
I will make this point. Sosa made a point on the screen about the difference in Florida would have been Spanish, right? The Spanish would have controlled that area. Okay, so Africans were present in Spanish Florida in the 1500s. All right. So let's see.
That's after 1526 though,
huh?
Right.
That's after
1526.
Okay,
Yeah,
but
well after 1526.
He's contradicting Tariq's flag.
why y'all
Everybody is
jumping in
against
Yes.
Tariq. I
Why
don't
y'all jumping in the
understand
lead? Hold
why
on, let me
y'all
just finish.
attacking him. If Tariq is wrong, he just adding to it.
No, I'm not. I'm
Thank you, Chef.
dealing with social point right now. Because I made a statement. I'm making sure, hey, Chef, we've been through this shit before. Hey, don't worry about Suge. I ain't letting you on. Don't worry about it, bro. Don't worry about it. I don't know why you waste your time. You don't waste your time, Suge. You rich guy. We don't want no rich niggas on the panel, yo. We just want the regular niggas. You too rich for us, bro. Yeah, you too rich, yo. You don't need to be up here amongst the broke. Come on, yo. You amongst the broke. Yeah, I ain't fighting them. Remember, I made a statement. I want to make sure that my shit is clear, right? I say in North America, right? English, and I gave y'all a date, right? He introduced the date in Florida, that's the Spanish, right? And the exact date would be, they say around, let's see, around during the 1540s to 1550s.
That's Ponce de Leon now.
All right, that's where we at. Okay, now y'all carrying y'all great conversation now.
Well, we really need to move on past this point because, like the brother said,
Let's stick on his point. Let's
Go ahead,
stick
Chef.
on his
Go ahead,
point.
Chef. What's in your mind? Go ahead.
So if Tariq flag is saying that the first Africans, right, came to the first black people or whatever he called them, came to America in 1526, and that's on your flag. And if American Dream is saying that those Africans come from the Caribbean,
all right, man, you rude. Don't be rude. Come on.
you feel me? Like that just shows how more bogus he is.
Right.
You feel me? That's all American Dream is
Yeah,
saying.
I got him. I like you, Chef. Go ahead.
Yeah, he just overdoing it though, Chef. That's all. He just overdoing
No,
it.
you're overdoing
Yeah,
it, Joel, you're overdoing it. You brought in 1804. You're overdoing it.
no,
Can I explain myself?
You generalizing with the term Caribbean when it really was Hispaniola. You're talking about Hispaniola. That's not the whole
Where's
Caribbean.
Hispaniola?
I got you.
Where's Hispaniola?
Yes, but that
Let
is
me know
one
when I
place
can
in the
explain
Caribbean.
myself
That's
so
not
Chef
all of the
can hear
One
me.
Caribbean.
place in the Caribbean. It's in the Caribbean, man.
Them people were African though. They was not Caribbean.
All right.
Y'all true.
Hey, Chef.
Because it was like a state. It was kind of like Dr. Mac talk about it, where they brought you to Caribbean and took you to which one. That wouldn't make you Caribbean because you was there. And they come on,
Right.
that's
Tripping.
Yeah, that's a whole lot. I don't know.
Again.
Oh, so you understand? You understand that, Chef? You understand that?
Okay. Do y'all agree?
I think y'all trying to beat his point when
I ain't trying to beat no point.
I understand.
It don't even have to do that. Like,
but Joel, let me ask you this question, just the one question. Given that those slaves came from the Caribbean, from Hispania, is it, and they can trace their ancestry back to 1526, isn't it possible that they can also trace it back to the Caribbean?
No. Can I explain why? Can I explain why?
Nigga said no.
Don't laugh
Go
at
ahead,
me.
man.
Let me
Knock
explain
yourself out
why.
and explain why.
Okay. All right. I specifically brought up some things that took place, and that was the maroonage. And the reason why I brought that up
That's
is
1800, bro. Why you going back up to 18? Why you talking?
No.
What are you talking
Maroonage
about?
was a 16th century, 17th century phenomenon largely. But go ahead.
All right, y'all gonna let me get it out eventually. I'm just gonna stop talking if you cut me off. All right. So my reason for bringing that up is because I wanted to point out, because not all of them were maroons, but I wanted to point out that the people blended with the folks living on that land at that time.
Tariq flag is bogus. That's what he's saying.
Yeah, he's saying it's bogus.
Yes, I agree with that, but he can't he can't make it seem like they were Caribbeans and then say our DNA is going to go back to them. It's not. The Native American mix that I have is found here on North American landmass, not in the Caribbean. It's not, my DNA is not going to.
And Joel, you're doing a huge disservice. You being just as pseudo as Tariq by imagining that they left family in Hispaniola. You were saying that with no proof. That is a pseudo claim.
We're going to move forward. We're going to move
forward. Oh, wait a minute. No. He said I said something pseudo. You know, I don't say pseudo stuff.
No, that was not to you. That was not to you.
Pseudo?
No.
What did I say was pseudo?
Said, I'm with you. I'm not saying what you said was pseudo. With the brother who's standing in that family on Hispaniola, showing for that, that is pseudo. That he's suggesting that it is likely. That is not based on solid fact that's been established. He's saying that because they had a colony there earlier, that they would have likely left Africans who then, had families and stuff on that island. That is just suggestive. That is a pseudo claim. That's a claim without proof. Yeah, and listen, and I'm a Pan-African saying
got a
this.
problem with Caribbeans or something? Like if they was
I'm
all
from the Caribbean,
mixed
but I like you got to be exact.
But if
you can't be just making pseudo claims on no side.
Pan-African. Can I ask you a question?
In the Caribbean, and they was
I want to get in it.
I got you.
Pan-African. Let me just ask.
To North America. Why would it be I don't think it was a big difference in the people at that time. Do y'all get that? Y'all,
what people?
The African
not
people.
Caribbean.
Pan-African.
No, I'm saying if they had to go to the Caribbean first, right?
Yeah.
And the Caribbean colonies was established before the North American colonies, right? And the import of the African slaves. So the majority of us was staged in the Caribbean first.
Yeah, they still Africans though, just in the Caribbean. Go ahead.
I don't understand the argument that y'all making towards them.
They just trying to make an argument. They just want to argue.
All right, we're gonna move on to Fontaine.
Hold on, can I ask Pan a question first?
No. You hold that question.
Let me ask Pan a question.
Just hold that. Fontaine,
yes,
what's up, brother?
What's up? How y'all doing, man? I just want to get in because yes, I do think American Dream has a point, but one of the points that I've been trying to say from the jump is that's been the slave trade the entire time, is they were being moved to different areas throughout the entire slave trade. So really no group is from a specific spot. Like, so to be like, we're from the Caribbeans or we're from South America or we're from America, you don't really know because you were being moved around throughout the entire thing. You might have had a cousin sent here, a grandmother sent here, or auntie. Like, so when you say they left family behind, I might have been a slave that was brought directly from Africa. I might have been a slave that was brought directly from Africa that never breeded, that never had any other lineage. So it's like, you don't know. It's so much stuff that goes into this. We just making these just outrageous claims. I feel like just the whole
Caribbean American claim. It's equally as pseudo as
no Caribbeans existed yet, like they said earlier.
There you go. No Caribbeans existed.
Yeah,
No, hold on for a second.
Yo, y'all are so thick-headed, bro. Can I listen? Let me say.
They tripping. American Dream. Don't even fight them, American.
Y'all gotta stop pointing out what somebody said that was wrong.
Listen, can I just say? I'm gonna say it one more time. I'm gonna say it.
Chef and American Dream pseudos. That's all it is.
Joel, let me say it for you one more time.
In the Caribbean, for the Caribbean.
Let me say it. Can I say it?
Why you gonna be the Caribbean before the Caribbean?
He's doing the same thing as Tariq, just locating his foundation in the Caribbean. That's what he's doing, and that's pseudo.
Let me just say what I'm saying. Let me just say.
Hold on, American Dream. Hold on. What I want to say is, this ain't even that complicated, right? Because they had an area where they came from Africa, they took them to the Caribbean, and then they shipped them off to different places, right? That I mean. But you enslaved in fucking America, though. They enslave you. They bring you. It's like going to prison, yo. They take your ass to certain jails, right? For a while, you might be there for a year, right? 6 months, and then they ship your ass off to a prison, yo. Yeah, I mean that's how it goes. So that's how the slave trade was. A lot of times they would stage you there. I forget the name, the document I gave it, right? They take and ship you off. So are we fucking arguing over different shipping points?
It's almost like triage, huh?
No, that's not what we arguing over.
If I could just,
what you saying? I see what you're saying, Chef. Like we cannot all go over the staging areas now. And now we getting petty,
right?
Petty now. And you can't.
I think the prison thing is a good analogy, actually.
Okay, yeah, we can't. Come on, yo. But he's saying that flag though. That flag is wild. I say the flag is wild because
I'll say the flag is wild.
Can I say something on?
And then we're gonna
let me just say it real quick. Let me just say it real quick.
Bring him in there. Go ahead.
Again, they brought about 100 slaves from the Caribbean in 1526. It was about 100 slaves. And what I'm saying to y'all is that wasn't all of the slaves that were there in Hispaniola. So out of those 100, those 100 slaves could have left relatives in the Caribbean. And what I'm saying is, if FBA's DNA goes back to the 1526 slaves, it's likely that it also goes back to Hispaniola, because those people in Hispaniola came Caribbean. The family that they left, that those slaves left in Hispaniola, became Caribbean. So FBA has DNA in the Caribbean, has heritage and a DNA lineage in the Caribbean. If it's in 1526 in that, what do you mean, yo? You know what? Let me mute out. This is too simple. Like, I don't understand. Like, if they got DNA in the Caribbean, I don't understand why y'all talking about
the American dream. They not gonna let you.
But he didn't say he was wrong.
I know I'm not gonna let him get it off. Not me.
I think the reason Joel is not gonna let me get it off is because it's me. I think it's because
no, that's not true. That's not true, American Dream. If you come up here and say something right, if you come up here and say something right, I'm not gonna beef with you.
Joel,
I don't do that. I don't do that.
Everybody stop. Everybody
stop. Maybe on Chef, I'll fight Chef just for the heck of it, but not anybody.
That's way of thinking. Chef, what you say? He trying to say?
He's saying that Tariq flag is bogus because he's completely against immigrants, right?
Okay.
He's completely against Caribbeans and all of them saying that they African American. But the date on his flag is marking the first African Americans that came to America, according to his flag, actually came from the Caribbean. I think that's a dagger, and we should let American Dream have that point against Tariq Nasheed.
Nah, no.
But that's why I said he does have a point.
Everybody agrees to that. But
I don't understand the trying to get him by.
Jump in. Listen, there's one little problem with that. I heard you. See, I know how to listen for you.
I disagree.
Then they, no matter what the fuck, they wasn't immigrants. They were slaves. So we not arguing over stage. They were slaves.
There you go.
There you go. What? That's what
they were not Caribbean. They were
African. Okay.
Oh, man, y'all got seriously, y'all not talking over me on this motherfucker, yo. Listen what I'm saying. And I'm very, very clear. They were slaves. They wasn't immigrants. Tariq and them is arguing over immigrants. They beefing over immigrants. They got a problem with immigrants. Y'all know what a damn immigrant is? Okay, that's what they arguing over. Immigrants. That's the central beef. So I'm not arguing over different staging areas of where you came from. Y'all know that they flip-flop slaves. What about that? They always did that because you wouldn't last but a year in the Caribbean. So they send you to America, right? Then they took some and switched them. Well, how about that? We're gonna argue over the switch. Hey, yo, you got switched one time, so you ain't really do no money. Come on, yo. I ain't sitting y'all with that shit. That's
can I ask for the floor?
But that only clarifies that they have lineage in the Caribbean.
Hold on for a minute, Latino America. You wait a minute, because we got ones. How you say your name? You too much on the name. You got the
first name. Just say first name. Just say first name.
First name. What's up? And you're representing what, sir?
Oh, well, you know, my people, we come from West Africa. I'm Black American, but we come from West Africa. We're not none of this Black Native American, none of this Tariq Nasheed, none of that.
Okay.
But yeah, just let me clarify what he's saying. What he's saying is there were West African, American Dream. What American Dream was saying was West Africans came over by way of slavery into the Caribbean. And then those first West African slaves that came into the Americas before 1619 came up from the Caribbean. They're West Africans from the Caribbean. They came into South Carolina by the Spanish. That's all he's saying. He's not talking about any.
He said though. He said they're Caribbean.
Yeah.
That's not what he said.
Well, listen, he's not saying
hear me out.
Hear me out. Hear me out. He's not saying they're native Caribbean.
A slave and an immigrant. An immigrant operates with agency. A slave has no agency, and that is an important contextual point here because American Dream is a step.
Doesn't care about that Pan-African DNA. Doesn't care about whether you're a slave or an immigrant.
Let me just sum it up one more time. Then I'll get off the pen. I appreciate it, Aunt. What he's saying is, listen, they're not native Caribbeans like Arawak people. He's not saying that. They were West Africans by way of the Spanish who brought those West Africans that came before they came from West Africa to the Caribbean. Were still West African people brought to the Americas as slaves in the 1500s. That is it. Before 1619, that is it. They were still slaves. Yes.
And that's what American Dream is saying, right?
That is it.
Yes,
I
but
like
then he
this.
has no
I-
proof
I
that
like the
they
way he fucking that
proliferated
flag
on those
up.
islands where the death rate and the mortality was so high that it is unlikely that the family he's talking about, who was stayed there for multiple generations, would have survived. The Caribbean is noted as having an incredibly high mortality rate. The creolization.
Man, this nigga, you
How we
think
got
this
Jamaicans today, man?
Actually, you know what I figured out? Pan-African.
How we got Jamaicans today?
Hold on for a minute, Mary Jane. Hey, Pan-African tether. You
Hundreds of years of
show, don't you? Yo, you be on this motherfucker like you rocking. Yo, calm that shit down, man. I enjoy your conversation, but you cannot overtalk people, yo.
He definitely be rocking out.
Boy, you be loud in mind. You can't rock more than me, my nigga.
He be teaching, yo. Let him teach. He
No,
be
you
teaching.
over-teach. No, teach on Sheffrin show. Sheffrin got a show.
He the new host. He the new host.
Nigga, you can sit in bed for 12 hours and rock out. This ain't the rock out show. We got other guests in here. We want to get them in. I do.
You talking to me, Ankh? I'm sorry, Ankh. You talking to me?
No, I'm talking to you. I put the tether. Is tether
Oh,
supreme?
Tether Supreme.
Yeah,
Oh,
he
okay.
giving us the 5 lessons. The God, nation, God. He doing it. I got you, bro. Come on, man. Stop over talking people, man. You too much. Tone it down a notch. I can be the only one at 10. You can go ahead at a 7.5.
My apologies, host. My apologies, panel.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate your knowledge, though. You ain't talking pseudo. I ain't saying that. So go ahead. Let's listen to the Latin American. Now, I'm telling you right now, you don't teach a lecture. Go ahead.
I won't.
Oh, how you know ain't none of these guys white boys?
Damn, man.
I don't care about the color in the bio.
Yeah,
we know it is.
black,
We know
man.
it's him.
They
But-
claiming to be Africans and blacks and shit.
Nah, that's Wish McComb. He said Latin America. Go ahead. What you got?
I haven't even crossed a word, and it seems to, anyhow.
No,
I'm
go
gonna
ahead.
go fast. One, matter of fact, is for 350 years, the Europeans brought 12 to 14 million slaves here. 95% of them were deposited in what is today modern day Caribbean, Central America, Mexico, and South America. Fact,
Agreed.
irrefutable. There's no one, not even Tariq, can even say anything against that. So, fact of the matter is that all of us that have descendancy of the slavery originate from the focus points of the Caribbean, because majority were either brought to the Caribbean or to the Brazil section to then mobilize throughout the different regions they were conquering at that moment. So, fact of the matter is that today, out of almost 900 million people living in America, in the Western Hemisphere, about 250 million people are of African descendancy of slavery, either monoparental or mixed, like myself, mixed with indigenous or with white or European. That's it. That's all I wanted to say.
No, great points, but can I respond to you?
Was it your turn, though? See how you doing?
Well, I was asking a question. No, you if I can, I can.
No, not yet. Hold that. Write it down. What's up, the rich man, Celebrity Shug, the rich man? What's up?
Man, I ain't rich, man. I just got a good job, man. I got a question.
What's up? Don't be stupid with it. Your question might get you killed. Go ahead.
Why you got to start it off?
Man, not 'cause I'm gonna get you first. Go ahead. What's up?
Jesus Christ! You ain't got to put your hand on the trigger. I'm crazy. Hey, man, I'm here for peace, man. I can't make a fool out of myself.
Sorry, I've been stressing on out. I'm sorry.
Oh, shit, hold on, man. I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Shug.
My bad. The damn TV. I forgot I was cutting the game on. I want to know this: if all blacks came here from the slave trade, how were there free blacks in America?
Because all blacks didn't come from the slave trade.
Yeah, all blacks ain't come from the slave trade. You had some people
That's
that
what I
came
thought y'all been saying.
No, that's
okay,
crazy.
Can I answer that question?
When I asked you,
I would also like to answer that
last
question.
time when I asked you, bro, that was what we debated. I said it was blacks in America before the slave trade. You said it wasn't.
There was not.
Define black.
Yeah, can I respond to that?
Overdoing it, celebrity. You're overdoing
can I
it.
respond to that real quick? The fact that you're saying nobody said there were blacks in America before the slave trade. What we said was all blacks didn't come from slaves. It's not the same statement.
No,
Just because I'm saying all blacks didn't come from slaves is not me saying there were black people here before the slave trade.
I wasn't even talking to you. I'm talking to Unc.
I'm not asking who you was talking to. I responded because it's an open panel and everyone's talking to everybody. So if you want to have a private conversation,
yeah, and what you said was super pseudo. A celebrity. What you said was super pseudo,
I didn't
bro.
say nothing, bro. I'm responding to what Unc said one of the last times I was on his panel.
So you coming up here expecting us not to respond to you, and you talking about a conversation that was had before this conversation that's being had right now.
That's why.
Before they get into an argument, before they get into an argument, can I address this question?
Can you, American? Can you give me one moment? Because
Sure
it's gonna help you. It's gonna help you out. Celebrity, I'm gonna ask you something. Before the arrival of Europeans here, the people that were here, especially on the Mesoamerican region, towards then the Caribbean, the Arawaks, etc. What skin color were they?
Various. It wasn't no one skin color. It was all types, just like it is today.
Okay, so if there was a variety of color and skin as well as in phenotype, then it is easy to deduce that there was a clear similarity between what phenotype may look in Western Africa to what was happening here. So when the Europeans came in,
you're wrong.
I'm wrong. Can you prove that I'm wrong?
See, all right, we're gonna read this prove it? Then we're gonna let Tether Law get in. You should have got that point out. You ran out of time.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
First of all, we appreciate, we want to always shout out the supporters, man. Appreciate you, man.
So you agree that it was blacks here before?
I'm reading the super chat.
I'm sorry.
And the richest nigga on the panel ain't even sent a super chat. See how rich you is. American Jews, right? They were West Africans and Caribbean were brought to South Carolina in the 1500s.
I'm sorry, can you read that again?
Okay.
Can you read that again? I wasn't listening.
They were West Africans and the Caribbean.
Yes,
they
were brought here as sailors, freemen, and all. I know that, and that's what I was here to address. Because
that's spot on right there.
Unc told me it wasn't none here before the slave trade. I know what this man said.
That was in refutation of people being here for thousands of years, which you believe. So you believe people was here for thousands of years. So you don't agree to that?
You know what I believe.
So you don't agree to that?
Yeah, yes, I do. Yeah.
No, I'm
yeah, see, celebrity. Come on, man. You playing, man. Okay, wait. Hold up, y'all. Everybody stop. Let celebrity tell us how he's going to validate that statement.
Validate what statement? He just said it. I know it was all blacks was.
No, you said 1,000 years. No, but that's not the same as you saying they're 1,000 years old, man.
The majority of Africans in America came by way of the slave trade, yo. The majority of them, the 99.99% of them was.
Can we let celebrity validate his statement, though? I would love for him to pull a source.
He's not making a statement, though.
Can I address this question, though? Is that okay? Can I address this question?
Argue, man. What's wrong
now
with
you jumping me, American Dream.
You're a trip, man. We ain't gonna never get to the bottom of some of this stuff, man. We need some of the people that say the weird stuff.
Button in, Joel.
No, you missed it, Joel. Paying celebrity Suge, he's stuck. He ain't saying nothing. You ain't hear him? He wouldn't make it.
No.
He wouldn't make that statement. He know he says.
And the problem is most people at the bottom. I'm at the top of things. I don't want to get to the bottom. I've been at the bottom. I'm at the top of things now.
Look at that millionaire talk. There you go.
Okay. All right. See, there you got to flex. All right, fine.
I'm just saying I overstand. People understand. I overstand.
No, we asked
celebrity. Can I ask you something real
quick? Anytime somebody say they overstand something, we know what that means.
Go clean over their head.
A clarification question.
No, you cannot jump in.
I'm just saying, celebrity. Hold on. Everybody give me a moment.
No, you can't, bro.
Celebrity.
Bro, no, you can't. If I ain't gonna let Tether Supreme Allah jump in, you ain't got it coming. Come on, man.
I just need to ask.
Okay, man. What the hell is he? Can he hear? Go ahead, Pan-African.
Thank you, bro. Thank you, host. Thank you, brother. To the brother who just called in, let me give you a freebie. Just go look up Antonio de Negro from the Jamestown colony and look up his whole history in the British colony. He was originally bound to be a slave in a Portuguese colony. but the pirates of England intercepted the ship, brought it to James, and he went and fulfilled an indentured contract, and then lived his entire life as a free black man prior to the establishment of slavery in North America. That's one example. That's just one example. I'm not saying that that is all.
We heard you. You're done. Good one. Good fact for the day. Good
all right. So you can look that up.
Latino American geopolitical analysis. What's up?
But I really wanted to talk to Latino's point there. When he was making the point.
Use it up. You can come back.
My bad. Okay, I'll come back.
You gotta be sharp and witty. You can't just go ahead.
This is a question for celebrity.
I might be.
Okay. This is a question for celebrity. It's a quick question. Celebrity, are you saying that before the Europeans arrived and before the whole Atlantic slave trade, that you are categorizing the indigenous people that were here as blacks? Yes or no?
I ain't said shit. I ain't said nothing like that.
Okay, so if you're not saying anything like that, then we can discard the categorization of indigenous people here pre-invasion of Europeans as quote unquote black. We can discard that as a complete and utter joke.
No, they was native, bro. We know they was.
That sound like a white boy.
They were Native American, bro.
Come on, man. You wild out. He showed his camera, yo.
Yeah, so
man, celebrity's scared of white people. Let me find out you scared of white people, yo.
He is. He's terrified.
You gotta stop
that.
that.
Be no fool. I'm a Catholic. Remember?
Celebrity, wow, yo.
Group of all men
let me say this. All right, so through all this discussion, here's the one thing that we have settled this, that every FBA is an African American.
Yeah.
They might not want to be called African, so I won't call them that. I'll call them a Black American. I will call them a Black American.
They can handle
but to say anything more than that, to try to make themselves I hope I'm saying his name right. To try to make themselves disto is a fallacy. They are messing up actual history. There you go. And that 1526 date on that flag proves it. All right, I'm done.
That's wrong too.
We got Rob Bourne on here. What's up, Rob Bourne? Yeah, Trey.
They go to the neighborhood. They go to the neighborhood.
You gotta get off the train, Trey. I'm trying to tell you, the door is open for you.
Look, he's there. I get out of the train.
I told you gotta get out the train. Yo. Remember, I gave you the story about the Malachi Yoke, yo, and he was killing them with the Bible. How it was crazy. How he showed how stories that predate that flood story predated it and all that. And I was like, yeah, yo. So they couldn't have just been that.
And
then they held out the aliens, though, yo. And then I'm like, I gotta get out the train. Gotta get out the train, yo. Trust me. Go ahead, Rob Bourne.
But I call them out though. At least I call them out. I tell them they wrong when they wrong.
But you sound crazy calling them out because you part of it. I ain't gonna call them out. That's the very foundation of the thing is based off of the 3 stars. Remember, it's on the flag, nigga.
No.
It's on the flag, yo. You don't accept the flag?
No, nigga. I don't accept no flag, nigga.
I see.
Everybody said a 3 star.
I see.
Then you shouldn't call yourself FBA.
Yeah, they got a flag, yo. I'm sorry, bro.
Nah, bro. My understanding of it is different. So, you know. It is what it is.
All right, man. Rob Bourne, what's up, man? This man is a card carrier member with the flag talking about he ain't that. What's up, Rob?
Ain't no man really listening in there. I don't know. I see y'all get back at it. See y'all back at action. Hey yo, sure. What was that question you asked about free slaves or something? Free people? I came in at that note. Can you say that again?
Yeah, one of the last conversations I had with Unc, he had stated that there wasn't no blacks here before the slave trade, and I asked, how do you explain the free blacks that never was enslaved if all blacks came here from the slave trade?
Oh, okay. So, well, it depends on the place in the states. Are you talking about all of America, or are you talking about just here, United States?
Yeah, pretty much all of America. Because I know like Midwest states and wasn't even slave states. It was several states that wasn't. So that, I was talking about all of America.
Yeah, certain parts. So you got different emancipation laws that happen at different times. So, like
Mhm.
the first one, I think we just got to solidify that we came with Columbus. So the first blacks that came here, they came with Columbus. They were free, and they were black Christians. I mean, I got a thing I put up there probably years ago, and they went to La Espanola. One person named is Juan Moreno or Juan Portuguese. He was paid or whatever. But those people originally came from West Africa and was in Lisbon that began the capital of the slave trade. So when those people when they get here, you got another group of people called Bozales. Those are people who
Right.
never went to Europe, right? Those people are the people that came straight from Africa with the Dutch West India Company, all the rest of them. Those people ran away from the jump. So now, if you're talking about this in all parts of the Americas, this is where you get your maroon communities from, like that you hear about in Jamaica. But they fought for they they made Pacific deals with these Europeans. Oh, if you catch slaves, then we'll let you have this. Then in Suriname, the biggest place. So now when you're dealing with United States or different places, there's different times where people get free. So like if you're looking at New York or Boston or Philadelphia, you're looking at the ending of this 1700 period. And then when you're looking at this is your emancipation acts that are coming into play. Now, if once these people have children, those children were never slaves, but their parents was, and it's going to go back in that line. Now, if you go to Florida, it's going to look a lot different because now you got people. It's always going to start with this origin of slavery. They leave, they go to St. Augustine. Then you got like 1690, I believe that's the first emancipation here from the Spain, and they said if you run away and you take this Catholic God, then you good, bro. You know what I'm saying? You good. Now you got Francisco Menendez. Now you got him, and he starts Port Mosaic. Now these people have children. Were they slaves? No. But were they parents formerly enslaved? Yeah. So that's kind of, it's too much to go across. I just wanted to just put why you will see that is because at certain points these people were not. And if you look at Mexico, you're going to see the same thing. Those are Maroons who were once enslaved, Gaspar Ganga and all the rest of them. In Colombia, you're going to see this whole thing all around. I mean, I hope that made sense to you, y'all.
Nah, great summary, bro. Great overview. He was spitting.
Did that make sense to you, sir?
That's
Yeah,
my
for
boy
sure.
for you.
For sure. And like, you know, I kind of, some of that, of course, I didn't know, but I was, maybe Unc misspoke. I was just, you know, I'm always looking to debate Unc. So I knew he
I
was.
know. I saw you in the chat the other day.
So I, you know, if I think I got him, I'm coming. You know.
Yeah.
Well, you sure ain't gonna get them with that. They've been here for 1,000 years. You ain't gonna get them with that.
That's debatable too. But let me ask you this then: how come, maybe I don't see it. I don't see content on the free blacks during slavery and the accomplishments of those blacks. Everybody always talking about the enslaved and all that.
They were very restricted. They still had accomplishments, but they were very restricted, though.
A lot of accomplishments.
You say you haven't seen it, but have you been looking? Have you been reading?
No.
Because there are accounts.
Bro, obviously I have. If I'm looking it up and reading it for myself, and I don't see the people on YouTube doing it, obviously I am reading it.
Yeah, so
look up the black barbers of South Carolina.
I'm asking why people.
He asking a question. Hold on, yo, sir. That was the whole reason for the formation of NBK. We decided to don't talk about Egypt with the Egyptomaniacs and the Hebrews and all that other shit. So we took to West Africa, right? And then we talked about the free black. So all through our channel, through the 10 years or however long that's been going, you're gonna see this is the story we lead with, right? So if you're looking at one of them, this is a year everybody in the chat should know. 1827 is what? The first black newspaper in the United States called the Freedom's Journal. And these people are writing
from Jamaica.
What? These people are writing about their accomplishments.
Man, that's all I'm saying.
No, yo, bro, you speaking to the choir, son. Because at one point, This is where this problem comes in with identity crisis, because our ancestors prior to us were fighting these Europeans because they said Africa produced nothing to civilization. So now you got Sheikh and all these other people trying to show the greatness of Africa. Now Egypt is the crown of Africa, and then everything else gets left out. So now we got the missing link. The missing link is West Africa, and what the hell happened to us, and what did we bring here, and what did we do once we were here? Right? That's the missing link. So when you have these people, if you listen to the Aboriginals and them, oh, my family was never enslaved. Oh no, we were never on plantation, because they think that that's the only history attached to it, as if we was punks or something, as if we don't have 500 documented slave revolts on the slave ships, as if we don't have records of fighting against the slave trade in West Africa, and how we became maroons actually in West Africa, where you have people that was fighting against the Abrahamic faith, because that's what I was looking for. I was like, it gotta be some black people that didn't accept this shit. And then I ran into this Balanta tribe. And at that specific point, I saw them and I was like, oh shit. And then these dudes become maroons and build communities and all that. But they don't, this is something that's not taught, bro. This is not taught in school. This is not taught. You just hear about what happens after emancipation, or you'll hear before that, Frederick Douglass, that. So this leaves a gap of our whole fucking story, from Florida to the colors to, you don't hear nothing about that.
Now, you bring up a very strong point about the white supremacist agenda in suppressing these stories, right? And then there's the other issue of some of these histories have to be fleshed out and discovered and published as well. But you can go to Suriname right now, and there are communities of free blacks who have rules on the books to this day that no white person can enter, that are deep in the jungle. Suriname is in South America, right? And so there's another disconnect between the black experience, which the Latino brother has pointed out. It's in even greater numbers in Latin America than it is in North America. But there's a disconnect between what we're learning about the North American experience and then the other stories happening in the rest of the Americas. So we all just learning at different paces and different stages, bro.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you this. Also studying in Brazil, this is for sure. They made their own black newspaper over there. It's called Homa. I don't know how to say it in Spanish.
Palmeiras.
The newspaper, not the community. It was a newspaper. It's called Home Now D something, but it means men of color. So they made that like 1831, and they're writing about what's going on, the caste system that's there with colorism. But I found out some interest that whole system, it was completely different. If you lived in the city, you wasn't on a plantation. You just got to pay your master a percent of your money, and you stay with your family and all that. Then these people would manumit other slaves. So they made these societies that were around Christianity and Catholicism, right? They're called confraternities. And they made these things so that once someone comes over there, they can buy their freedom. But the interesting thing is that these people were traveling back and forth to the West Indies. And at some points, they was going out. And I was like, yo. So
Yeah,
I'm looking at this.
You talking? Why he talking? Shit.
I'm looking at this shit, and I'm like, yo, how y'all going back to Africa and don't want to stay there? What the hell? You know what I'm saying? So it blew my mind, son. That's a whole nother story. And then the people who live on the outskirts with the sugar cane and that, they had it bad. I'm saying they so it's a whole different system. So yeah, man, our story is crazy, bro. The diaspora story is crazy. That's what I gotta say.
I got two more questions before I go, bro.
All right, go ahead. You got one. Go.
It's kind of it's two. Give me two, please. First, I just want to thank you for putting out Dane Calloway. Can I get a thank you for the first one to bust his head?
That's important work. Absolutely.
I showed his plagiarism, and I showed him selling them fucking packages. Excuse my language. and I put y'all on his website. I know y'all seen what I did, and I know y'all like, okay, should go on to something. but y'all never gave me no credit for being.
I never watched that show. I can't spend my time.
Yeah.
I'm a businessman. I can't spend my time.
Okay, well, I respect that. I thought you because I chopped him up, and Jabari got the Avis J. Smith stuff from when I put all that out, signed that out. So I thought all y'all seen all my work.
Nah.
Okay, cool. But I know Rob Bourne, though, I was one of the first beating up Dane. But okay, one other question: the Ra expedition, is that real?
Yeah.
Okay,
the first bunk sunk. The second one made it, but now let's calculate it. Let's think about this though. You got a person with a boat that know where the hell he going at, right? He got another boat trailing him so he don't drown. All that shit is perfectly made for him to make it, bro. That's two separate things, yo. You ever thought about this, yo? If you're in the middle of nowhere, like if you're in the forest, people a lot of times get lost in the forest and die. And sometimes it be some homes like maybe 100 or 200 feet away, yo. They don't even know where they at. They don't even know where they at, yo. And so they never find it and they die. But if they knew where they was at, they would just walk their ass 2 football fields to the houses. So that ocean is like, there's like a needle in a haystack, yo. So yeah, that Raw boat made it, but it was under controlled conditions. Map makers, it was in 1980 or something. Come on, that's easy work right there. That's not, no. You saying the boat they built was capable of doing it. Well, he proved that.
Thanks for the opportunity. Salute to the panel. Rob Bourne, good speaking to you again, brother. Peace to everybody on the panel. Salute to the
peace. Get rid of that 1,000 years stuff, man. Get rid of it.
Yeah, hey, keep learning, bro. Keep learning, keep reading, and most importantly, keep discussing. That's most. But we all learning. We all learning at different stages. So
most importantly, we weren't here 1,000 years before Columbus. Most importantly,
I don't know, probably more than that.
See, he won $1 million, yo. He had $1 million. You know,
probably more than that. I'm just saying.
Come on, Suge, man, you play too much. All right, go ahead.
Take us back to the Stone Age. He wants us to be in the Stone Age.
He wants to be with the dinosaurs.
We're in the Stone Age, yo. When you go outside and you grab some. Your daughter is sick, so you run outside and you grab a plant because it's green, and you got a history with the plant, and you talk to her, and you come back and you give it to your daughter, and she get good. You want to take us back to that time, yo?
Yeah.
It was a time when humans, that's all they had was herbs and spices, and that's all they had, yo. And they made great use of it.
Yeah, so but why we got to run from a Tyrannosaurus Rex? Why you want to take us back that far?
Yeah, I don't know.
Bro, some of that shit is saying I still can't get over the sailing monkeys, bro.
Oh, the sailing monkey, that's a good one.
I don't know what I'm talking about, bro. Son, what the hell, bro?
That's a good one right there.
Rafting monkeys, bro.
Yeah.
Whitewater rafting monkeys, bro. From Africa.
Yeah, the Raw expedition was real. Yeah, it was real. Yeah, that was real. But shit, I could do that. Shit, as long as I got somebody sailing beside me, as long as I got the coordinates and everything, yeah, that ain't no great adventure. Dive out there, you know what I'm saying, in 1000 BCE and make that trip. See what you get. You don't even know it's there. That's why I give the situation to being in the woods, man. A lot of people die right now on trails, right? They die in the woods and get lost. Right and wrong, Joel. You fuck with them trails be expansive. And a motherfucker actually get lost, yo. Well, how you gonna get lost? You can actually get lost, yo. Right? And if you keep straight, you end up at somebody's house. You don't even know, and you make the turn, you just be lost, yo. Because you don't know where you're going at.
Quick question. You're talking about the Ra expedition of 72?
Yeah.
Okay.
That don't prove much, but people put a lot on it.
Much.
Yeah, big up to GG, Pseudo Kill Official. Yeah, that don't prove much, but people, you know, they overwhoop that. They do. They put a lot on that, yo. I mean, they put a lot on that. But yeah, man, any closing comments? I'm gonna say you for last, Pan-African Tether. I'm gonna say you for last. Latino American, what's up? No, I'm gonna say Rob Bourne for last. Yo, here.
All right.
As
a closing statement, thank you for having me. Just something real simple. Here in the Western Hemisphere, please do not allow the erasure of all those who are outside of the United States but are still part of the history of what was happening here in the Atlantic slave trade. And don't let these the Sabos and the Pretendians continue this campaign of erasure against us.
Got you. I appreciate you, brother, man. Appreciate you coming through.
Was
man.
he the one? Was he the one that gave the name of the newspaper on the back?
About the what?
The Brazilian newspaper. I think he. Oh,
No,
that was him.
That was Tether. That was Tether. Go ahead. Go ahead, Tether. Tether Supreme Allah.
Oh, you talking to me? Oh, sorry. That wasn't me who interrupted, but I don't got nothing much to say other than, man, it's important work that you're doing, Ankh, in bringing scientific method to the community, challenging some of these pseudo ideas that are out there, and trying to fill in fact to some hard-headed folks. But it's important work. Yeah, I mean, that's it, man. Ain't nothing much. It was a good show, good contributions by everybody. I wish I could, go one-on-one with the boy American Dream or whatever who was making the claim of Caribbean. But that's another conversation for another show.
Yeah,
so
we can keep it in the air. We ain't gonna.
Yeah, we did them dirty anyway. So.
You had a great point, man, about that. Caribbean culture was not established, and we're only talking about one island in the Caribbean, so you can't use the whole region either. You can't be pseudo FCA to challenge the FBA. They're both pseudo, so But yeah, that's it, man. Peace to the panel, yo. Peace
to the panel, man. Let me get my FBA brother on here, man. Trey, where you at, Trey? Talk to us, Trey. What you got?
Salute. Know what I'm saying? Knowledge is power. Science is power.
That's
right.
right.
Know what I'm saying? Hey, man, keep doing what you're doing, man. Salute everybody on the panel, man. Right, boy. Hey, man, what it do? Been watching you for years, too, man. Salute.
Peace.
Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you, my FBA brother. Yo, we can get along because he practiced scientific literacy. I don't know why. As soon as you heard them aliens, though, you supposed to get off that train, yo. As soon as you heard black Indians, you supposed to say, I'm out of here. You don't learn.
Facts.
All right, Trey, appreciate you, man. Hey.
Let me close out.
Got you, Fontaine.
Not much, always salute to you, salute to the pseudo killers. What's up, Joel? Hey, man, salute to Rob Warren. I don't think I ever been on the panel with Rob Warren, but saying this, I've been watching him for years, man. But yeah, man, keep killing this misinformation they be putting out, man. History gonna show favor to you, because the work you doing is being proven, man. Y'all been fighting this pseudo information for too long for these people to still be following it. And forget Tariq and his fake FBA movement. And one question I had to you, did you know that he's switching the FBA thing to some spiritual stuff now?
It always was there. It's in the workings. That's how it worked. I've been
okay.
Supposed to do that. That's part of it. That's in it. That's the quality of it. That's what it is. It's prepared for that, right? That's how he moving it. That's how he's supposed to do it. I'm telling you, I see it. Yeah, I mean, it's like a veteran hitter. Yo, I've been hitting 300. I've been batting 350. I see the pitch when they leave his hand what it's gonna be. Trying to tell y'all, but you ain't listen. Fontaine, I didn't even know you was debating, bro. I didn't know you like to talk like that, bro.
Yeah, man, I got it from you. Come on up.
You supposed to let somebody know, yeah.
Hey, man, like my boy GQ, I'm not good at promoting myself, bro. I suck at that.
Yeah, man, we'll come support you, bro.
Well, shit, I got my final debate of the tournament on Sunday. I think it's gonna probably be at 9. We debating should abortion be legal in the U.S. So I mean,
shit.
Oh, I think it should be
legal or illegal.
Yes, legal.
Okay. Yeah, see, you want us, bro. What you doing, yo?
Oh, man. Look, when I did my last debate, one of the dudes was like, "Oh, that's one of minions."
He already know. You must have hit him with some signs. Some
they know what's going on.
They always do that on purpose, yo. See, see, everybody got all the pieces to reach their conclusions on their fucking own.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you know what I told her? I said, I don't know if will call me that. I say, but I come up under so I proudly accept it. Ain't nothing I'm gonna deny.
Yeah, you want us all day, every day. Yeah, I ain't never denying that. I was like, damn, nigga, ain't really.
Hey, man,
come on, yo, let us know we're gonna be there in force, so you know that.
All right, I appreciate it, man. Love to y'all, man.
All right, same here. Love you.
All right, peace.
What's up, Mr. Armstrong? What's
Hey,
on?
so check this out, man. This was a really good show. We learned a lot this show.
Yeah.
We learned that these individuals are not reading. They looked at the flag. They didn't read the information on the website. They didn't break down the flag. Remember Wu-Tang talked about breaking down the flag? That's what you did today. You broke down the flag. Found out the whole flag was pseudo. There you go, whole flag pseudo.
Took them stars out the flag. They got
It's pseudo flag, man. Look, we found out them jokers not reading. They're not doing their history, right? We found out that FBAs, they should be getting away from it. If they're gonna rewrite it, they're gonna have to accept the fact that they Africans, even though they don't want to be called African. I got it. We'll call them Black Americans, but they're actually African Americans, right? And so a lot got covered, man. This was a really good show.
Yeah, it was a great show. We appreciate
Rob Bourne, good to see you, man. And look, and having y'all two on the panel, you know they ain't gonna want no smoke because you know Rob Bourne a little wild. So put both of y'all together, man. Good Lord.
Yeah, man.
All right, man. I'm out, man.
Man, they some banging ass hoodies you got too, bro. Let them know, man. Y'all can get that off the Ab Juice store, man.
Man, that hoodie. I'm gonna have that hoodie on next time we get on, man.
I had it on, man. Support the
All
store.
right.
All
Yep,
right.
later.
All right. All right, Rob Bourne. Yo, this segment is for the master teachers. Nah, let me stop that. For the dude.
Don't try to set me up to be no next cult leader, nigga.
Fucking with that deal like that. Nah, but you know, you one of the brothers I respect, yo. And you put in that work for years on the subject, yo. So, you know, I rely on you. I know I ain't gonna never lose. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just not gonna never lose. Right? When it come to that, this part of it, yo, I done seen you work. I done seen your channel, how y'all work. Meticulous, accuracy. Right? So yeah, we ain't never losing. We set up real pretty. We set up real nice, yo. Ain't it good to be in this position to be ahead of the curve, yo? See, we ahead of the curve, yo. We connect.
Yeah, that's how you supposed to do.
All the way from 10,000 BCE. That's why you know I got the hoodie, yo. 10,000 ancient tour, nigga. We've been on an ancient tour, yo. From 10,000 BCE, yo, all the way up to 2025, yo. Glad to have you still in the game, yo. You on your mans, yo. Yeah, man, the truth. Appreciate y'all, man. MBK, man. Y'all always been thorough supporters through the fights and the thicks and the thins and all that. But we always knew, yo, we had a mission, yo. And there ain't too many people I can say that actually been silent on that goddamn mention, yo. Have not wavered, yo. When we make mistakes, we admit we make mistakes, yo. And I'm just letting you know, yo, the community appreciate you, bro. But go ahead, yo. What you gotta say to these people, man?
Hey man, good shout out for the big ups, man. I don't know, bro. Like whenever you hear these FBA people and they talking about lineage, ask them to show you the lineage and the historical record, bro. I mean, like, show us the stuff you're talking about. Show us these things of these nature. There was some delineation. Yeah, that was there. But they give you their reasons for it, and it was clear political. I mean, and you know, and if they ever talk about this West Indian stuff, they like talking about them. I want to see the organization of the Jamaicans, the Trinidadians, the Nigerians that is working against us politically to take what we got. Lastly, look at the lineage. Look at the story. So anybody get a chance, look up West Indian Day, West Indian Emancipation Day parades. This starts around August 1st, 1833. So that's West Indian Emancipation Day parade. So this is after Samuel Sharp and the Jamaicans turn up. I think they call it the Christian Revolt or whatever they want to call it. Don't care what they call it. They turned up. And because of that, that ended the slavery in the British colonies and the Caribbean. But something interesting happens there is that every Black American that was an abolitionist over here went their ass over there and was bigging them up, shouting them out, telling them Black fucking power, nigga, you got them niggas up out of there. This is how you do it. Everybody, nigga. Frederick Douglass, this, that, every single goddamn person. And they made orations. They made their speeches. Yeah, they was based in the Bible, so they had some pseudo shit there. But they talking about Africa and they talking about Egypt being in Africa according to the Bible and how it's, you know, the African genius. They said this all the way in that early time. But when you look at the lineage history, it don't say the shit you saying. It don't. You see those people come over here, they could have just came over here and chilled out like some people do. They don't want nothing to do with no politics. They just here to escape their country and make money and take care of their family. A lot of them people came and jumped right in the water. They jumped straight up in the water. So you got Cyber Briggs, you got your famous the brother like Cuban Harrison. You got all these people, African blood brothers. Now, what are problems and cultural differences with the British education or some of them talking the way they talk and think they speak English better than the slave master and we don't talk like that? Yeah, you have that little shit going on. But the lineage history, bro, ask them, where is this shit at? It don't exist. It's not there, bro. And that's all I gotta say, bro. Just make them stand on that shit. Y'all still on the lineage. Cool.
Hey, man, appreciate you, Raw Born, man. Always a welcome guest, man. Shout out your channel.
Yeah. Please, bro. Nah, it's just MBK. You know, I mean, what is it? Each one teach one. We in the building.
Man, he in the building, man.
Then he activated. Peace to the chat, man.
Activated again. I like that.
Yeah.
Ready
Hey, yo, what's his name? I'm biased. Yo, I'm biased, man. I hope you clip this, man. Stop running, man.
Yeah, I'm biased. We're gonna make a flyer. He running. We're gonna smoke him out. We're gonna smoke him out.
Yeah, I was trying to go on the channel the other day. Kick me out the Zoom. You kicked me out the Zoom, man. You kicked me out the goddamn Zoom, man. What are you scared of? Is you scared of this real Black American lineage history, brother?
He's scared of you, bro.
Don't kick me out that shit no more, man.
I'm biased, yo. We already know you scared. Scared to death. You've been talking a lot of trash. I know who to get for you. You know what I'm saying? You won't talk that same talk to Raw Born. I'm the best that ever did it. I'm the best. Nah, yo, I done seen the best to talk about African American history, nigga, and he right here on this panel.
Hey, yo, you want to know what's funny? I'm gonna get him real mad before we hung up.
Go get him mad.
Right before me and you was doing that NOI thing, me and him had a discussion on the NOI on his channel. And I went on his channel, he had the panel, and he was saying all of this wasn't this wasn't that. And I just slapped them black facts across that thing. Boom, 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 boom. Well, bro, I did it so bad, son. He disappeared, and then now he reinvented himself to an FBA.
Oh, man. You got knocked out, walk up an FBA. That's why I'm biased.
Hey, yo, I'm biased. Yo, it's all love, man. But yo, you know what happened that day. I ain't seen you since. You ain't been the same. Did I knock that? I didn't mean to knock you that way.
Yeah. I hit him with the 2-piece and the biscuit on Sarnetta, right? So he now he trying to isolate himself. Now, Raw Born, he running from you for sure. He don't want that smoke.
I forgot the other sisters that used to be around. It was 2 other sisters that used to be around that was on the chat. They was there. It was bad, son. It was a bloodbath.
Yeah, he can't. Yeah, he don't want that. He don't want that. All right, Raw Born, man. Appreciate you coming through, bro.
All right, peace, bro.
All right, man. Peace, man. Let's read this right here, man. Man, I'm not an expert. He said this was a really good, informative show. Keep up the good work, Do 2 stars and the date to go. Yeah, the date got the 2 stars gone and the date is gone. Yeah. Man, look, man, you know, man, hit the daggone Cash App, man, if y'all enjoyed the daggone show, man. The Cash App, man, show some love, man. We here, man. We doing our thing, man. Let me see. Man. I don't see we got. And big up to Miss Tip, man. She was watching today. Big up to you. Big up to you. Big up to you. All right, let me see. Hold on. Let me see. Yeah, and big up to all the daggone moderators, man. Let me put that Cash App in there, man. See what you gonna do, man. See how y'all doing it, man. Amber, yeah, that's her name, Amber. Yeah, Amber. Yep. I seen that. What happened? You tapped in and tapped out. Right here, Amber. Let me see. Yeah, man, there go that Cash App right there, man. Hit that Cash App, man, for y'all go, man. Man, we appreciate the super chats, man. We appreciate everything y'all do, right? We're gonna stay super solid. All right. It's important that we say super solid, right? We're not gonna get into the dirt and the mud, right? Although I can be a damn dirt diver. I ain't gonna lie, yo. Cause at times, you know, matter of fact, all the time, you know, I can waddle with bums and dine with kings. Don't forget that. Definitely can. But these days, man, we just chilling with the kings. And remember, they say we on Mount Olympus with the gods. Man, look, man. Look, I'm y'all host, man. Y'all know what it is, man. Bobby Banger, man. And, you know, we staying close, right, to what we got to do, right? We staying right there. We enjoying everything, man. Enjoying it, man. Y'all make sure y'all enjoy your holidays, man. We be live tomorrow, man. We got another lesson for y'all tomorrow, man.
In the shadow of the night,
on man.
Creep, raising up the titans, watch the
all
fallen
the
gods
pseudo
weep.
killer women, man, to be
Streets till the
putting forth that effort to make sure we stay on top.
and feel the wrath as it
And that's Juju, Mr. Black Panther. Yeah, y'all know what it is, man. Doing our thing, man. Y'all know it. Y'all know how we do it around here, man. We stay super solid, yo. All the pseudo killers, man. Big up to all the pseudo killers, man. Limbe, man. What's up with you, man? Big up to Limbe, man. Man. Big up to the barbarians, man. Big up to the paradigm shift, man. Hey, Malcolm, man. Big up to you, man. To the killer fisher, man. Big up to you, man. Yeah. Mongo Slave, man. Big up to you, man. Django, man. Man, y'all know what it is, man. We here. Hey. Yeah, we slowing that train down, beating the brakes off of it. Space Age Anthony, man. Little killer fishy. King Toaster, man. Yeah. Little killer fishy, man. Yeah. Gideon. Yeah. They all here, man. Come get this knowledge, man. Kick door low. Vance. They all here, man. Officials, man. Sonic. Yeah. Yeah, y'all know what it is, man. Man. Uh-huh. Hey, look, man. We doing it like we supposed to do it, man. Staying tight, man. Keeping it right, man. Man, you in the no-fly zone, man. No pseudo allowed, man. Man, y'all at Community Skeptics, man. And we are skeptical about the gods, man. We ain't believing no religion, man. That religion get in the way of learning our damn history. Because if you sitting there believing that you came from the Garden of Eden somewhere in Iraq or the Middle East or Turkey, boy, you losing your daggone history right there. That's another conversation for another night, man. Check this out, man. I'm your host, Bobby Banger. And with that, we are out.